WSCF Vero Beach, Christian FM. Vero Nation Network and Christian FM Sports presents Countdown to Kickoff. Brought to you by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
3, 2.
Get ready for Vero football. Christian FM Sports brings you the insights into the Fighting Indians with Matt Paris, Bobby Paris, Ronnie Self, Gary Paris. Now, the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
The path to the playoffs starts tonight as the number 1 ranked Indians start district play against Fort Pierce Central. Hey, Vero Nation, Vero Beach is hosting the Cobras for week 6 of high school football. I'm Paul Tipton. We are very thankful to be able to enjoy some football after a tough week due to Hurricane Ian. Last game, Vero had to deal with moving to a neutral field, more weather delays, and a very tough Palmetto team. It was a heavyweight battle that came down to a 4th and goal defensive play for Vero. One batted football was the difference for a win. District play is on the table this week for Fort Pierce Central, led by their head coach, Mike Watkins. Hasn't been the best record, but a win tonight is a season changer. Vero needs to not take this game lightly or have a letdown after a great win. It's time to get ready to play. We got a lot of time before we get to kickoff. The entire Christian FM team is here. Gary, Bobby, Ronnie, Matt. And we sat down with our head coach, Lenny Jankowski, last week to talk about last week's win and keys for tonight's first district matchup. Matt Paris is standing by. Matt?
Well, thanks, Coach, for sitting down with us. We're doing this interview a few days early due to Hurricane Ian. And I was just wanting to ask you on the whole process of what you have to go through as far as checking on your coaches, checking on your players, how that communication happens. And obviously, you know, you guys are like a family. So you got all these basically family members you got to worry about.
Yeah, we sure do. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts, and we are a close-knit group, but you know, I think in situations like this, and some of it, a lot of it is really out of our control. In that, you know, first we're dealing with, you know, Mother Nature and not knowing what's going to happen there, and then there are school decisions, district decisions that are made as far as closings, and several of our schools in the district are used as shelters, and not knowing the severity of the storm or what it's going to do here locally, you know, all the unknowns. So, you know, how all that worked is. Well, even with Monday and Tuesday's practice of this week, you know, both of those days were interrupted with lightning and rain, and so nothing was you know, as usually goes with either of those days. And then it was, you know, Wednesday where school was canceled, and there were no activities on Wednesday, and then, you know, here on Thursday with the weather rolling in here and still no school here on Thursday. There'd be no practice today, and so we've got to figure out how to work out, you know, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to make Monday's game work and to be prepared for that the best we can. And so, you know, a lot of that is still up in the air. We've just had steady communication with our players. You know, obviously, you know, me as the head coach, working through our coaches, and then our coaches, you know, getting the information to their position groups and just working it back and forth like that. You know, there's different conversation that you have with, you know, there's always an individual situation where if a kid had plans or, you know, something's up. And so there are always things that you have to go above and beyond with. But for the most part, that's typically how the communication works. And it seems like, you know, we're getting more used to things not going as planned and having to make these adjustments and to adjust on the fly. So there's some challenges with that, and you know, certainly are going to need our players to respond very well and you know, figure out how to get it through this weekend and be prepared the best we can for a Monday night game at 6 p.m.
Well, Coach, I know one of the things, obviously, we talk about technology and being able to text and keep up with your players and your coaches, but also the ability to get the players' film on Central who we're playing. I mean, how neat is that it's a touch of a button and that goes out to your players?
A huge advantage, and now having lived through the COVID era, we have the ability to Zoom with our players and do some things. So you can have meetings, remotely and still feel pretty good about some of the stuff that goes on off the field. But there is no substitution for being on the field. And I think, we talked about this at our Tuesday night coaches corner where, there were several mistakes that were made, in last week's game that I felt like were a direct result of losing practice time. So we've got to get back to getting on the field and being on our routine. You guys come to a lot of practices and know that we're a very routine-oriented type of practice team, and I think our kids kind of thrive in that area. And so looking forward to that. I think if we can believe a forecast and go off a weather forecast, I think we're in for some pretty good weather, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the way through Monday. So praying for wind and sun and all that stuff that helps the field dry out because, Lord knows we went through it last week and having to play a home game up there at Sebastian River. So, looking forward to getting some normalcy back to our lives.
Well, that's Coach Lenny Jankowski talking about this upcoming game on Monday night. When we come back, we're going to break down last week's win over Miami Palmetto. You're listening to Countdown to Kickoff on your Christian FM.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, Coach, last week, Vero defeated a tough team from South Florida, the Miami Palmetto, 21-17. A home game that became a neutral site game. What was the mentality of the players before the game? Did they actually feel like they were defending their own home turf?
Well, I mean, their mindset, this is a group that they love competing, and I think at one point in time there was a chance that we were worried about even getting the game in because, with your home field unplayable, it doesn't leave you with a ton of options. And so so I think they were, first and foremost excited that we were going to continue to get it in. Going to Sebastian is probably the second closest field that we have other than our own, So, and then I think once we got there and you saw all of our fans, obviously you guys are there and a bunch of red and white in the stands. So I think it did have that home vibe. But I mean, as far as the pregame stuff and getting ready for it, I mean, we had to treat it as a combination of both because we had to, get on a bus and go up there and make sure that you prepare as you do for every away game. The only difference from an administrative standpoint, we had to, pretty much man their stadium and with our ticket takers and game workers and all that goes into the behind the scenes of making a game happen. So, I would say if we're comparing it as far as a home and an away game, when you are the scheduled away team, you get on the bus and you go and everything's taken care of. They have their own. They have their own setup. In this case, although I'm very appreciative of Sebastian and their athletic director and administrative team and all that for hosting us because they were there and making sure it all happened for us. We still had our workers and a lot that goes into it. So It was it was a lot logistically to make it happen. There were a lot of people that deserve a lot of credit for helping out with that. But as far as the players go, I think, again, we got on the bus, we got after it. Still, even though we went up there to duck and avoid some of the situations that was caused by the weather down here, we got up there and were involved in a rain and lightning delay and didn't get out for warm ups and until late in the routine. But like I said, our kids are resilient. They were ready to play and ended up coming away with a big win.
Coach, you certainly did, and you put 21 points up on Miami Palmetto, and that's with several turnovers in the first half. You have a junior quarterback who's phenomenally athletic out there. He's just that kid. What is your conversation with him going into the locker room after having a half like that?
Well, I thought we did everything very, very well, except, as you mentioned, we had 3 turnovers, 2 in the red zone and one that was on a drive where we were driving the ball and first drive of the game, driving the ball, doing some good things, and that obviously stalled some things there, or turned the ball when we turned the ball over. The defense is on the field there quickly. So really the conversation was, goodness, we were doing a lot of really good things, moving the ball up and down the field, and those turnovers, I had as much to do with those as anybody, in that I've got to put our players in a better situation. I think I could bore our listeners with all the details that goes into making a play happen and being sound in those plays. There's 11 guys on the field, and all 11 have to be on the same page, and a lot of that, like I said, we could attribute it to several different things, but first and foremost, it was, I've got to do a better job to put us in a better situation and give Tyler a better chance for sure. So really it was just about, typically what we'd usually talk about at halftime, what the defense has given us, what the looks are, where we are favorable and what we're trying to get accomplished. We went in, we were up 14-7 against a very good football team. We knew that they would probably make some adjustments and do some things to stall us a little bit. But like I said, when it was all said and done, the 21 points were enough to win the game. We were up and down the field. I think, again, we were close to 400 yards of offense. Tyler had a really good night in that he was 21 of 32. So we're completing the ball, getting the ball to different guys, hitting the open receivers, getting the ball out on time. And he was very effective in the run game as well. I think he was our leading rusher in the game. So very pleased with his play. Like I said, there's a couple things that we'll always look at after games where we can all improve upon, but very proud of Tyler and the way he's played each and every week.
Well, that goes back to what Tyler told me in an interview post-game a few games back about the bond that's forming between the two of you, and that's really neat to see. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the defensive effort against last week's win over Miami Palmetto. We'll be right back.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show. Roy Bell Grading Services is locally owned and operated, providing services to this area for over 37 years. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back. Well, Coach, last week up in Sebastian, a neutral site, Vero with all the red and white go up and take down Miami Palmetto 21-17, holding a very good Palmetto team to 17 points. Defensively, what were the couple of things that really stood out to you that we were able to lock them down to 17?
Well, we always talk at critical points in the game. They became one-dimensional. Now, there were still some things that I was, you tip your hat to them. They started doing some different things and having the ability to get the ball to their playmakers and, throwing some different, swing routes and different things to get the ball out quick. And because I thought we were getting to the quarterback pretty decent as well, with the pressure that we were putting on them. So there, that's what stands out. I think, we continue to play very well on critical downs and third and fourth down. I think we were they were 4 of 14 on third down conversions, and so that's less than 30% conversion rate there. And then of course the one big one was the 4th and 6. We held them down there, 4th and goal from the 6 on that play. And that it all works together, so we hold them down there and we get the ball back on offense after that big stand. And as we talked about as a staff, if we're not able to drive the ball out of there, I'm not too sure that we're going to have a favorable result. So and we had stalled a few times on offense, previous in that half, but we got the ball and we rip off 2 back-to-back 10-yard runs down there close, get it out of the out of that bad part of the field, and then put together a nice drive that doesn't end with points, but it ends with eating up a bunch of clock and flipping the field on them. I think we drive out to inside their 20 and give it back to them. But I just again it's such a team. Defense is such a team concept, and our guys are just playing really well. I think we're getting great leadership from guys like Bucky Rojas, our inside backer. We've talked in previous weeks about Keyshawn Campbell and Kesney Brown and those guys, but it's been a total team effort. But I think the one thing that jumps out at me is that we are playing very well on that D line.
Coach, switching to go to the defensive backfield, it seems like personnel-wise, what we thought might have been a little thin at the beginning of the season, starting to work a lot of guys in, getting them in different places, seems to be obviously an asset.
No doubt. Well, when you have guys like, Ephraim White and Vandravius Jacobs that, here we are, 5 games into the season. Those guys logged a bunch of plays each. EJ has started every game at corner for us, and then Dre coming in there and playing a ton of snaps at corner on defense. And I guess the difference between the two is that, we've seen each and every week EJ's role he's become more and more important on the offensive scheme as well. And again, it's just a credit to those guys and their ability to pick up on things, to learn it, their athleticism, of course. And then just having them out there on the field, their competitive spirit is so you add those two guys to a secondary that we, like you said, we thought was thin, and now we've got 2 guys that are exceptional athletes and playing at a very high level. But I've been impressed with the whole group. I think that each and every week we're getting better and better play from Elijah Anderson, from Cameron Perez. Those guys are playing, very well. And then you've got other guys that are stepping up, Donquell Wesley, Matt King. There's a bunch of guys that are rotating in back there and doing a very formidable job for us.
Well, it is a blessing to have personnel, I can tell you that, as every coach knows. We come back, we're going to take a look at our next opponent, Fort Pierce Central. You listen to Countdown to Kickoff on your Christian FM.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Air Docs of the Treasure Coast, cooling specialists, are Fighting Indians football supporters. They know how important it is to have a cooling system that can stand up to our Florida heat. Air Docs offers a full range of cooling and heating services, including repairs, tune-ups, and systems maintenance. Online at airdocsac.com and Facebook.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Caps Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff. I'm Dr. Matt, hanging out with Coach Lenny Jankowski. Coach, we got our first district game coming up against Fort Pierce Central. Offensively, what can we expect from them? Is there any one that we should be zeroing in on?
Offensively, they've showed a couple different styles. Some of what they do is very similar to what our fans would see us do, and I guess we'd call that a spread formation, and be able to run and throw it out of that, a shotgun look, and then they'll also kind of get in a big clog pile and do some wildcat, run the ball, that kind of stuff too. And I think you can always, Coach Watkins, their head coach, is a very good coach and is very creative offensively, especially, and so I think you've got to be able to expect something different that you haven't seen, and so what we've got to make sure of, from a defensive standpoint, is that we get lined up, we communicate very well, and just play our responsibility. If we got everybody doing their job, I think we'll be in good shape. But they've got some good athletes. They play a couple different guys at quarterback. But I think, again, go back to the last session that we were talking, that the game is, as boring as this sounds, the game is won in the trenches, and we're going to need to, our D-line to continue to dominate.
Well, Coach, flip to the other side. What has been the tendency of Fort Pierce Central this as far as defensively, man coverages, zone coverages? What have you seen? Yeah,
I think this, if we were to ask their staff what the strength of their team is, I think it's definitely been on the defensive side of the ball. If you look at their scores, they've held teams to relatively low numbers. And they're doing some really, really good stuff on defense. I mean, I would. It's an odd front defense, but a lot of times when teams get to where they're running three receivers to one side or whatever, then they get that extra guy there off the edge to the boundary or to the singled up receiver side, and so it ends up looking like an even front. But I think if you were to try to categorize their scheme, they're a 3-3 kind of defense, but it's different, where they'll end up with three high defenders a lot, and three deep defenders, and then their corners can get back there as well. So it's a unique scheme. We've got to obviously be ready for different pressures that it brings, and be able to stay balanced, run the football when we need to, and get the ball to the open guys. So they do some nice things on defense. I've enjoyed getting ready for them and preparing.
Speaking of Fort Pierce Central's head coach, Mike Watkins. You guys not only have coached together for a long time, but are close friends. Is this the one week where the phone conversations start to get a little light?
I guess probably in normal situations they do, especially, as you mentioned, it's a district game, and these district games are that much more important. Although, we've talked, and the way the state has everything set up, each and every game is critical. The new rankings recently came out this week, and so all the games have value to them. But these district games, that's your way. That's your way into the playoffs and way into home field advantage and all that. And each one has equal weight. So, but we've talked more this week just because of conditions than ever, and trying to make sure that we can get this game in and where it's going to fit both. St. Lucie County's been out of school as we have, but I always enjoy talking to Mike. He's a good friend, and outside of having to compete against each other, we always seem to make the most of the conversations.
Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate you taking the time out, especially in what we're talking about, the conditions we've had. Good luck to you and the boys. We'll be right back.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Christian FM is proud to welcome a new business coming soon to beautiful downtown Vero Beach, Downtown Dipper. Downtown Dipper is a step back in time to an old school ice cream shop, serving 24 flavors of hand-scooped ice cream, a family-owned and operated ice cream shop. Downtown Dipper, opening soon. Thanks to Downtown Dipper for supporting Christian FM and the Fighting Indians. Cap's Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Cap's offers Italian cuisine, including pizza, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Cap's Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system, thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, thanks for joining us here for some Monday Night Football, as Vero Beach is going to try to get Week 6 in before we have to get to Week 7 here. Boy, this is going to be a fun week. Thanks for joining us. I know a lot of you are dealing with a lot of different things, so if you're taking some time to join us here tonight, we really appreciate you giving us a little bit of attention here tonight as we get set for tonight's contest between Vero Beach and Fort Pierce Central. The Cobras coming in here tonight. Before we talk about that game, though, GP, let's talk about last week, or I guess it was, I keep saying that, it was actually about almost 10 days ago that we played up at Sebastian River High School. Was our home turf. We had to move to a neutral field because of some issues on our turf here, and played Miami Palmetto. What a game it was. Let's talk about that offense first.
Whose offense? Theirs or ours?
Well, it was haymakers either way, but in the end, our offense really stole the show.
They did, and I'll tell you what, they came out of the gate, and like I told you, I compared it to a big-time boxing match. And usually the first time somebody throws that first punch, it stuns you. It's how you react after that tells me how well you're going to play. Vero bounced right back from it, Paul. They did a good job. Hey, you see things out there you really like. Tyler, Aronson did a great job. Mm-hmm. He did just fantastic as his job. He played his position very well. He ran the ball well. He did the things we needed him to do. He threw the ball well. And even though with some turnovers and everything, we had some. And again, I think Coach told you in the pregame show, to you and Matt, that he takes blame on some of those. Mm-hmm. Those were not. Yeah. But it's how you bounce back and how well you play when you need to win a ball game. And both teams were in a position to win a ball game, and Vero won it because they took advantage of the situation. Yep. Shut them down. Our defense just played fantastic, especially the second half of the game. I was really proud of that. Offense did well. We came up with some big plays. Didn't have the running game we needed, but how about Tyler Aronson picking up the job when you got both running backs struggling a little bit? He takes off and runs and gets some key first downs and got some big plays. The only thing I'm going to tell him, when I see him, is better lower your shoulder or do that slide. Don't go in, give the guy the whole body to hit. But he's a tough kid. He did a great job.
We talked about, when you got a big-time game, you're looking for your big-time players to show up. And when you talk about Vondravius Jacobs, he's a big-time player. He showed up and he played. I mean, he didn't even want to come off the field. He wanted to play so much. He was playing both sides of the ball.
And he paid for it a little bit. He had cramps.
Yeah.
I mean, he had some cramps. I mean, I felt bad for him. But he was giving it all he has defensively and on the offensive side. They had a good football team. They were 1-3 coming in, but they were the best 1-3 team we'll see all year probably, is they were that good. And they'll tell you, our kids came and they played ball. They just did the things. We tackled. We were in good angles. Our defense did exactly what they needed to do. And offensively, it was in the battle of the trenches. And I thought our offensive line did a really good job of protecting Aronson and allowing him to find receivers downfield.
When you have a stellar athlete like Vondravius Jacobs, Gary, you've got to look for some other guys to step up and play as well, because otherwise it makes it easy for the defense to just key in on your big-time player and try to shut him down. So you're talking about guys like Woolard,
yes,
Gwynn,
yes,
and White, who all had significant catches in that ball game that took enough pressure off of Jacobs in that ball game.
Well, we can't say enough about Justin Woolard, a sophomore. He's 5'8" or 5'9", weighs about 140 pounds, and he plays bigger than that. He's tougher than with his size. Makes those catches when you really need him. An outstanding athlete. And then, like you said, just different guys. Ephraim White coming in and making plays defensively and offensively. Just a freshman.
Yeah.
There's you look for those kind of guys in a big time game. And when your best running back is not on the field, and your second running back is banged up a little too, so you're piecing it together. And again, I think Tyler Aronson did a great job.
He did, and it was a rough start for Tyler. Those 3 interceptions in the first half, but he did not let it shake him. He ended up on the night. He finished 21 of 32, 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the 3 interceptions. In the end, you got the win, and that was the biggest key on that whole game, was obviously come out of there with a win. We talked about the barometer and the test and all of that, and I would say that we came out of there with a solid score off of that. But in the end, the main thing was you won.
Yeah, we held them to 17 points. they've been scoring points. They've lost some big games to some big schools and scored more points than that. The thing that you want to, the best thing you hear is that we scored 21 points.
Yep.
And that's what it took to win the ball game. I loved the play at the end when Mondravius Jacobs was in there playing defensive back. Just came back in after having some cramps. Back in there, and he was trying to cover. There was 2 guys in his area, and he was kind of like, whoa, I got 2 guys in here, and comes up and makes the big play.
He sure did. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll come back, talk a little bit more about that game, and set the stage for tonight's first district matchup for Vero Beach. The Cobras from Fort Pierce are here tonight. We'll get set. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest home. Visit us at gcvero.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
And welcome back. We're at the Citrus Bowl. It's good to be back home, even though we had a home game about 10 days ago to take on Miami Palmetto. We had to move to a neutral turf. We went a little north, went up to Sebastian River High School to take on Miami Palmetto. We knew it was going to be a big contest, and really it lived up to the hype as it was haymaker after haymaker from both sides. In the end, Vero Beach wins that ball game 21-17. Now, we gave up 17 points, but that is a very good ball team. And, you know, we focused, and particularly me, I like to focus on the fact that we had 3 consecutive shutouts, 13 quarters without giving up a point. But here's the biggest thing. When it came down to it, Gary, our defense stood up when it had to.
Well, they did. And again, they got punched in the mouth right off the bat. They go down and they score. And you know, if you're a fan, if you're not sure of the game, you're saying, ooh, this is a pretty good team. Well, we kept telling everybody, this is a good team. Don't look at their record. They have played one of the hardest schedules in the state of Florida. The schools out of Miami area down there. They don't pull no punches. They wanted to. This was a team that preseason was picked to be one of the top 4 teams in the state of Florida.
Right.
And so we knew we had a good game. They were in the playoffs last year, went deep into the playoffs. So you know you're going to play a good team. You come out and you find a way to win. That defense never gave up, started making big plays. They got beat on one coverage where they blew an assignment. Mm-hmm. They literally blew an assignment, and but they didn't let it get to them.
No, they didn't let that get it to them. They didn't let the turnovers from the offense get to them either because, let's face it, that first score for Miami was set up because of the interception that put them in a short field setup in prime position. The defense comes with their back up against the wall right off the bat.
Yeah, and again, I love the way Bill Mata coaches. Bill Mata just gets his guys to the side. Let's go over everything. Let's look at it, and let's try to make our adjustments. He does as good a job as any coach I've ever seen, Paul, getting adjustments made on the field while they're on the sideline. Good coach. I mean, and they did make the adjustments. And that defense has done a fantastic job this year. And I think they're going to get better. We talk about the battle in the trenches. I thought we won the battle in the trenches on defense too.
Absolutely did. And, of course, like we said, in the end, Vero Beach came up with a win. They only give up 17 points. Okay, so let's put that one to bed now. We turn our attention to our first district matchup, Fort Pierce Central, the Cobras, a team that's coming in with not a very impressive record. they actually they list them as 1-4, but it should be like 1 and 3.5 because they still have a half of football to play against Centennial. That was a game that got delayed because of weather. Now, because it's a district game, they're going to have to finish that game out. So currently, they're basically still losing to Centennial 10-0 right now, and eventually they'll get that game made up. But this is a team, that they don't give up a lot of points, Gary, but they don't put up a lot of points either.
No, they come in, and if there's a strength of their team has been their defense. They only give up 13 points or 10 points. Give up 13 points a game. But the problem is they only score 10 points a game.
Yeah.
And that's
not a good
recipe for wins. But the whole teams to 13 points is not bad at all. And they're good. They're the kind of guys that their front seven do a really good job of shutting down the opponent's running game, and they're going to be very competitive. This is a district game. It's a big game, and I can remember playing when we played our district games when I played. That was a big night. That was a big game. Man, everybody wanted to win that game really bad. There's a big target on Vero Beach because between us and Treasure Coast, we've been the Big Daddies for the last decade or so here. So it puts a big target. You don't think Fort Pierce Central said, "Hey guys, look, we beat Okeechobee 31 points we put on them. They're not a Vero Beach." But listen, look at the other games we've played. Who we've held them, we've lost 14-7. We were down 10-0 to Centennial. I mean, those are things that the coach builds on that gets their team here. This is going to be a good game, but I just think Vero's just got too many weapons and too good a team.
Well, you can never count out Coach Mike Watkins. He'll probably have some things up his sleeve. I mean, when he's was here when Lenny Jankowski in his first year, Mike was the offensive coordinator here. So he knows Lenny. He knows him very well. Lenny coached him back in his days of playing in high school. They've been friends for a very long time. They may not have been talking as much to each other this week because of obvious reasons, but, they know each other inside and out. So that alone might give a little bit of edge for Mike, bringing his Cobras down here. Not to mention, you're not playing on a Friday night. You're playing on a Monday night. Anything can happen, when you're not in your regular routine. But we'll see what the Fighting Indians bring to the field here in just a little bit. We're going to step aside. We'll get a check down on the sideline, and we still got more of our Countdown to Kickoff show coming up right after this.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Perkins Pharmacy in Vero Beach is glad to be a supporter of Christian FM and to help put Fighting Indians football on the radio. Owner Edwin Perkins and his staff are all big fans of the Fighting Indians, and they hope Coach Jankowski and the team have the right prescription for another winning season. Perkins Pharmacy is on State Road 60, right across the street from KFC. Their phone is 978-6470.
Ohana Water Systems is proud to partner with Christian FM. Hi, I'm Mikey, owner of Ohana Water Systems. We've created a technology that takes city and even well water and turn it into drinkable, pH-balanced, remineralized alkaline water throughout the entire house. Our system also protects the plumbing and appliances from hard water damage. No obligation consultations and water testing available. Online at ohanawatersystems.com.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back here to the Citrus Bowls. We get set for tonight's district contest. It's the first for Vero. It is going to be the second one officially for Fort Pierce Central. We get set for tonight's contest. Let's check out on the field and see how things are going down there. With that, we turn it over to Ronnie Self. Hey, Ron.
Hey, Paul. It's great to be back after it seems like a long time off, but we're only a couple of days short of playing from last Friday. But from the conditions our field was in 2 weeks ago to now is, you might say, night and day. The field is still a little bit spongy. It's not bad, but it still is a little soft, but in much better play condition than it was even 3 weeks ago. Got a good wind coming out of the north tonight instead of out of the east. You got a wind coming out of the north, and those are the playing conditions tonight. Good playing conditions. It's almost like fall football. I was talking to one of the coaches earlier, and he says, "Hey, it feels kind of like fall football." And I said, "You're exactly right, isn't it great?" Defensively, don't look for Vero to change up. They're going to play their same attacking type defense. They'll mix in some blitzes, double coverages, you name it. We'll bring it tonight.
All right, Ronnie. Well, appreciate that. And other than that, I mean, it's not a Friday night. Obviously, it's a Monday night. Is the feeling kind of the same, or is it a little different down there?
With the team, it's another night for football for them. They're just ready to play. Talking to the coaches, they had a good couple of days of practice. That was about all they were able to get in the last 2 weeks. So they got a couple of days of practice in. So they're feeling really good, and the guys are ready to go.
All right, we're going to step aside. We'll have more countdown to kickoff right after this.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Jeremiah's Italian Ice loves our Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Jeremiah's offers over 40 flavors of Italian ice and 2 flavors of soft serve ice cream. The showcase of the menu is layering the two together for their gelati. Located off State Road 60 in the Marshalls Plaza, Jeremiah's Italian Ice. Live life to the coolest.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker and 4th-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, Christian FM supporter Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856. And their site is McCallAgencyInc.com. Proudly serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff on the Vero Nation Network. Time to get to know your Indians.
All right, welcome back as we continue to count down to kickoff and get ready for tonight's game of Week 6. It's kind of weird it being on a Monday night, but we're with our middle linebacker. It's Bucky Rojas. All right, Bucky, last Friday night, it's been almost about 10 days now since we last played a football game. We went to a neutral turf, played Miami Palmetto. For those of us that are just watching on the stands, what is it like down there on the field when you're playing a team like that? What's the speed like? What's the atmosphere like?
It gets hectic sometimes, They're a very fast team. They got a lot of playmakers, so you got to make plays when they come to you.
Boy, it felt like a heavyweight battle. Couple haymakers from them, couple haymakers from us, and in the end, obviously, we got the win. But it really came down to the defense making a stand at the end. What was that play like there at the end? What was the emotion like for you guys?
It was a big relief when they fumbled the ball and Kez recovered it. It felt good because we knew we had the game sealed at that point.
So you get this game behind you, man. I know that's a big weight off your shoulders. We've talked about this as, the media. We've talked about this being kind of the barometer. Does this tell you the test about where this team is? When you guys look at this game, where does this tell you about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians as a team, and what does this tell you about your defense?
We got a very solid defense. As long as we're on our keys and we're all connected, we're going to be a really good defense.
Hey, your family, it's fun coming out here to practice. I see your mom and dad out here sitting out here watching practice. Obviously, your older brother plays. Your younger brother's playing on the team as well. It's a family affair. That's kind of special for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, they always support us, and it's very fun when they watch us and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of cool having your mom and dad out here. I mean, I know maybe sometimes you feel like you got the eye on you a little bit, but at least you know that they're behind you 100%.
Yeah, my dad's always getting on me and stuff, making sure I make the plays. If I mess up, he makes sure I know.
And your older brother who's played the position, I'm sure it's fun to have conversations with him, kind of pick his brain, and he can give you some insights on some things, right?
Yeah, he always gives me tips on how I could do better on the field. If he sees me messing up, he'll give me keys, make sure I look out on certain things.
Probably don't have a lot of downtime. I mean, here we are on a Sunday afternoon. I mean, you guys got to practice in before your Monday night game. But if you do have downtime, what do you like to do? What's fun?
I'm mostly training, on footwork, coverage, and working out.
Wow, that's cool, man. You're always working the craft. I like that. You're in your senior season. You got just a few games left in the regular season, and it looks like hopefully we'll be making the playoffs. That's obviously the goal. Once this is all over with and you think about college, where would you like to go? What would you study?
I'll go anywhere, really. I don't have a preferred college, but I'm not really sure what I want to do for college yet. I still got to think about it.
Here we are, we're going into district play now, and that you know very well that this matters. It's maybe a little more important than the other games, but it definitely makes a difference because win or lose can tell the difference whether or not you make the playoffs or not. What's your message as your help leading this defense to the rest of the guys? What's your message to the team this week?
Don't take any team lightly. Anything can happen on the football field.
All right, buddy. Well, we're going to wish you the best of luck, not only for tonight, but the rest of the season. Always a pleasure to hang out with you.
Thank you.
All right, that's Bucky Rojas, our middle linebacker. We'll have more right after this.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
A family business for 25 years, Total Golf Cart supports the Fighting Indians and their fans. They're the authorized club card dealer and love to assist buyers to find the golf cart that best meets their needs. They offer both new and used club cars. And Total Golf Cart also has a full service department at 1140 South US 1 in Vero Beach or at TotalGolfCart.com.
Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic. When the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or ParisFamilyChiro.com.
Perkins Pharmacy in Vero Beach is glad to be a supporter of Christian FM and to help put Fighting Indians football on the radio. Owner Edwin Perkins and his staff are all big fans of the Fighting Indians, and they hope Coach Jankowski and the team have the right prescription for another winning season. Perkins Pharmacy is on State Road 60, right across the street from KFC. Their phone is 978-6470.
Ohana Water Systems is proud to partner with Christian FM. Hi, I'm Mikey, owner of Ohana Water Systems. We've created a technology that takes city and even well water and turn it into drinkable, pH-balanced, remineralized alkaline water throughout the entire house. Our system also protects the plumbing and appliances from hard water damage. No obligation consultations and water testing available. Online at ohanawatersystems.com.
It's countdown to kickoff. Now, here's Bobby Paris.
Welcome to Women of the Fighting Indians, where we can get a woman's perspective on Friday night under the lights. This is Bobby Paris, and I have the privilege of interviewing the moms of our senior varsity football players. Tonight, I have the distinct pleasure of interviewing Becky Smith. Becky is the aunt of Keyshawn Campbell, number 3, linebacker, awesome athlete, according to my husband, who's color analyst and former NFL player, that Keyshawn has the ability to definitely play in the next level and has verbally committed to Troy University. He has a gift and a rare combination of speed and ability to read the run, understands drops and passes, and has a great football IQ. He stands 6 foot, 205 pounds, and a force to be reckoned with. But Becky, this is about you, and I am so interested in your story. So welcome, Becky.
Thank you for having me. I was born and raised here in Vero Beach. I attended Vero Beach High School. My family, I have a husband, 3 children, and my 3 nephews. I work currently at Kid City, USA during the day, and at night, I make candles. And my interest is taking care of the kids and family.
Making sure they get in school and out of school.
Exactly.
Okay. All righty. Becky, tell us about Keyshawn and your relationship.
I'm his aunt. We took him in about 3 years ago, him and his brothers.
Becky, big family. You have 3 of your own?
Yes.
plus the 3 boys. And there's always somebody coming in and out, I'm sure. So this time of year, with everything going on with practice, and I've talked about this, between August and December, they pack everything in between holidays and homecoming and you name it. How do you keep it organized, and what is your secret?
Communication and one day at a time.
I love that. That brings back that song. One day at a time, dear Jesus. Becky, as an aunt and mom, what is your priority for the kids? And number one, just say 3 priorities, with number 1 being the top.
Education. Number 2, respect for yourself and for others. And number 3, setting goals.
I think that's very, very good. We know education is probably power. It really is. And you can't play football unless you are have the grades. So, that goes without saying. Did you grow up in a sports family?
My brother, he played baseball, and my dad used to do property maintenance for one of the owners of Miami Dolphins, and used to have season tickets.
Oh, so big Miami Dolphin fan. That would make my husband thrilled. That's great. So you did have a lot of football going on. All right. Keyshawn is a great defensive linebacker. Do you understand his position?
Somewhat. I think so.
Okay. What is it about football that you might question or need help with?
The flags.
Seems to be a lot this year, unfortunately. But those holding calls and things. Do you ever worry about his safety? After all, he is on the line and he is going up against some big boys.
No, I think he has the strength, but he's always on top. So,
well, as long as he's on top, you don't have to worry too much about him climbing out from underneath all those big boys. That helps. So join me, Bobby Paris, at halftime for more of Women of Fighting Indians football.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
Air Docs of the Treasure Coast, cooling specialists, are Fighting Indians football supporters. They know how important it is to have a cooling system that can stand up to our Florida heat. Air Docs offers a full range of cooling and heating services, including repairs, tune-ups, and systems maintenance. Online at airdocsac.com and Facebook.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
So Vero Beach is getting set for its first district matchup of this season. Of course, all of us were experiencing the effects of the storm, Hurricane Ian, coming through our state, and we wish our neighbors on the West Coast the best. I know our hearts and our prayers are with them as they're going through this devastating loss of property and in some cases life. And it's hard to sit here sometimes with a high school football game and think about getting ready for this game when you've got so many other things going on in this world. But it is also a nice distraction. One of those effects tonight is what's going on here at the stadium. We don't have a scoreboard tonight. And so we don't have score. We won't have the clock. So if you're watching by YouTube, you won't be able to see the clock tonight because it's not available to us. Gary, they're going to be keeping this down on the field, which presents an interesting challenge for strategy with your coaches.
Well, you've got to have – there's 2 people going to be doing it. One's going to be yelling at the coach. I don't know how the coach on this side is going to find out. He's on the Vero Beach side is the official timer, and he's got a golf cart, and he's going to be driving up and down. I don't know how he's going to drive up and down. I'll be honest with you. When I see that, I'm going to get excited because one of those officials turn around right smack into that cart. They're going to throw a 15-yard on their own guy, and so how
does that work?
I don't know.
Do they mark 15 yards on each other, or how does that work? I don't understand.
Yeah, you got to pick up the drinks after the game. But I mean, it's going to be a challenge for coaches to run their offense.
Sure.
What you want to do is you're looking, if you want to get into a tempo, you want to make sure. The hard thing is the 25-second clock.
Right.
It's not working. The scoreboard's not working. We'll do the best we can. Our guys down there that'll be on the sideline, we've asked them to help us and to relay that information back to our listening audience. But it's a challenge for the coaches. It's a challenge for the quarterback and coach get a signal in to know when you see if it's a timeout and you come out of it, it's 25 seconds. If you run a play, it's 40 seconds. So you've got to be able to watch. You don't know how much time's going to be left. Was that a 25-second or was that a 40-second? You know, and again, it creates some kind of minor problems. So we'll follow that as we go through on that, Paul.
It will be interesting, especially when you start talking about getting near the end of a quarter, but in particular, end of a half, as far as strategy, how you want to run things for your offense. But we'll manage it as best we can. We'll see how these coaches are going to manage it. Vero won the toss, and we'll get set for this game here in just a few moments. We'll step aside. We'll be back for the opening kickoff right after this.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic, when the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com. The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show. Roy Bell Grading Services is locally owned and operated, providing services to this area for over 37 years. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559.
WSCF Vero Beach, Christian FM.
There's the snap for the punt. It's blocked. Rojas picks it up. It's going to be a scoop and score. Indians with the touchdown. Pass is going over the middle of the field. Wide open is Jacobs. He's got it. He's going in from 37 out for the score. Boom! Pressure on the snap. Defense in the backfield. The ball's loose. And the Indians have it in the end zone for the touchdown. Handoff's going to go off to the right side. Jaquan Jean's got it. There's a little bit of a hole. He's off to the races. It is to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Score it, Jean.
This is Fighting Indians Football. Vero Nation Network and Christian FM Sports presents Fighting Indians Football with Matt Paris, Ronnie Self, Gary Paris, and Paul Tipton.
Well, Week 6 had to be pushed due to Hurricane Ian. Vero is coming off a tremendous win over Palmetto. Now the attention turns to the playoffs. That road starts tonight with the first district matchup. Fort Pierce Central has not had the best of starts this season, but head coach Mike Watkins knows that can change quickly with a district win. Cobras, Indians, the Friday night lights are on, and it is game time, and it's actually Monday night lights tonight. Hey, Vero Nation, Paul Tipton along with Gary Paris, and we welcome you to Fighting Indians football. We're proud to bring you our 26th season of Indians football, and it's presented by the GNC in the Miracle Mile. We've had a lot of issues with weather, of course, with Hurricane Ian, field conditions, but all of that has now changed. After that storm has passed through here, the field has gotten drier and ready to play, and so Vero Beach will get its first district matchup of the night. Gary, we got a game here tonight, and it took us a while to get to this game. This is actually for week 6. But this week is also week 7, and in just a few days, we'll play another ball game.
Yeah, we only got a 4-day rest between this game and the game on Friday night against Wellington. Here's the thing, Paul. This is a district game. We've had 10 days to get ready for this team. They allowed us to practice over the weekend. Vero took advantage of that, has had a chance to look at a lot of film. But it's most important, this is a district game, and that means a lot to both sides.
Vero Beach won the toss. They have elected to receive. Tyler Mondo out to kick for Fort Pierce Central. It's going to be a little bit of a squib kick. It's going to be picked up by Perez at the 30. Perez to the 35 and down at the 36-yard line, where Vero Beach will get its first start of this district ball game. Last week, Tyler Aronson threw for 284 yards off of 21 completions, 32 attempts, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Yeah, wasn't the best of first halves for Tyler, but in the end, he got the ball to the players that mattered the most, like Vondravius Jacobs, who's caught 8 passes last week for 91 yards and 2 touchdowns on the season. Dre has got 31 catches, 521 yards, and 10 touchdowns. You got to believe he's going to be an optimal target tonight for Vero Beach, and you got to believe that Fort Pierce Central defense is going to be keying in on number 1 for Vero Beach. Vero Beach will start at their own 35. 1st and 10. Handoff's going to go to Hillsman, who's getting the start tonight. And not much going there as the Cobras get into the backfield, and it'll be a tackle for a loss.
That was a blitz from Engel. The safety came up from the outside and actually got in that backfield, and it was part of the tackle for a loss. So you see right away Watkins' aggressiveness on the defense.
Called a loss of 2. It's 2nd and 12. And whistles are going to stop this play, and it'll be a false start against Vero Beach. And not a good start for the Fighting Indians here on a Monday night.
There was a little bit of a good job by the defense, a movement around there, and it may have made Vero Beach, one of the interior linemen, jump up or move at that point. So now all of a sudden you're 7 yards farther back than you started out with.
Looking at a 2nd down and 17. Little shuffle pass, and again, penetration by the front of Fort Pierce Central, and Dre has nowhere to go. And it's going to be 3rd and long for Vero Beach on this opening possession.
You saw linebacker Jamarian Davis comes up to make that hit that time. Davis is coming into this game, had 5 tackles for loss. He picked up the 6th right there.
Looking at a 3rd down and about 18 now for Vero Beach. If you're watching by YouTube, we do not have a scoreboard tonight, so you won't see a clock on there tonight. Aronson looking to throw on 3rd down over the middle. He finds White, and boy, that ball jarred loose immediately for an incomplete.
Well, you see why their defense is aggressive. That was a great job by Andrew Thomas, the linebacker. That time, as soon as White got his hands on the ball, hey, you're going to get hit. You might as well go ahead and catch it. It would not have been a 1st down, but it would have been a lot easier punt for Perez here than what he's got right now. Not a very good series for the Indians to start this game off with.
Perez will drop back for the punt. Back deep for the Cobras is Thomas. Low snap. Perez does get the punt away, averaging 35.8 on the punt. kicks it to the 40-yard line, and not much of a return, maybe to the 42.
Yeah, that was not a bad. It was a low snap. He was able to get it and punt it away, and looks like he picked up about 36 yards or something on that punt, or 34 yards, something like that.
So we'll see the defensive unit come out. They're only giving up 4.5 points a game. Starts up front with Perry, Brown, Galbert. You got Rojas, Campbell, Pollock, White, Williams, Smith, and Wesley. As we go with a quad bunch over on the left side for Fort Pierce Central, starting from their own 42. It's going to be a handoff off the right side. And this is a name you're going to hear a lot tonight. Amar Atwell, who will play a lot of positions for Fort Pierce Central, starting at running back, gets the handoff.
Well, coming in, he's averaging nearly 4 yards a carry. He's got 3 touchdowns. His longest run of the season's 55 yards. He picks up good 6 yards right there, right up the middle. They ran that bunch to the outside, making it look like a screen, and then they ran right up the middle.
3 receivers set. Handoff again, and wow, Keyshawn Campbell comes in and says enough.
Wow, my goodness. I'm going to tell you, he was on a blitz. We saw him time it. I mean, he came from the outside to the inside on that blitz, right between the center and the guard, and timed that thing. That's a crushing blow out there. Wow, what a hit on Atwell. Atwell's out of the game, too, right now.
That hit puts them back, a tackle for a loss, back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Cobras. Twin receivers right side, single to the left, now the back in motion, and
that's
Campbell jumped off sides there, so give him 5 yards.
Yeah, he didn't have to do that. That's just trying to time it. But you don't want to do that. He knows that. This young man is a senior. He's committed to Troy State University in Alabama, and he's a good ball player. And he gave him a cheap 5 yards.
So a 3rd and 5. Rodriguez, quarterback, checking to the sideline. 3rd and 5, looking to fire. He's got a receiver over there. It's caught, but it'll be shy of the marker. And it's going to be decision time for Coach Watkins.
I tell you what, that was not a bad throw and a great catch. I mean, he's about a foot or 2 short, and I think they're going to go for it. What they may try to do is they're going to run that bunch again, and this time they may throw the screen, but I would just give it to my running back. He needs 1 foot.
Allen in the backfield. Pass left side for a screen. It'll be a 1st down for the Cobras as they get into Vero territory to about the 45.
Yeah, that was my first guess, I guess. I did say look for the screen possibly on that, but me, I would have given that handoff. But, again, it goes back to the penalties. Penalties on offense, penalties on defense that kind of hurt you on the first drive and has extended this drive for Fort Pierce Central.
They'll spot it at the Vero 44, where it'll be 1st down and 10. We're in the first quarter. We're not sure what the time is. The scoreboard is not working here as an effect from the power outages we had over the weekend. Rodriguez going to the air, looking for his receiver downfield, and a good job by King, who was in phase with the receiver.
Yeah, you saw that Matthew King, if you were watching it on TV and if you were listening to the radio, Matthew did a really good job of turning his receiver into the receiver and staying with him stride for stride. There was nobody going to catch that ball because he overthrew it. And that's, again, a good job by the quarterback. My man is tied up there. I don't want to throw an interception.
2nd down and 10. Rodriguez rolling out to his right, firing downfield, looking for his receiver, Zarelic, and it will go incomplete.
He rolled to his right. Zelic, or how do you want to say that? Arzelic?
How would you like to say it?
Arzelic that time really was running a corner route. He had a step on our defender, and but it was such a hard throw to make it happen. We're going to go with Zarelic.
Zarelic.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I'll butcher it up a couple more times.
Third down and 10 for the Cobras. They're at the Vero Beach 44. There's no score in this ball game. We're in the first quarter. Indians look like they're going to bring pressure. Handoff off the right side. And what a strong run by the running back to get about 3.5, maybe 4 yards on the carry. And that's Allen on the carry.
I think you're going to see him go for it here. If he picks up 4 yards on that play or 5 yards, I think he's going to go for it here.
Well, they're certainly lining up for it on a 4th and 6 at the Vero Beach 40. And timeout's going to be taken by Coach Watkins to talk it over. We'll step aside as well. No score. We're in the first quarter.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
So we just found out we've got 7:06 remaining in the first quarter. We've got no score. And on a 4th and 6 from the Vero 40, Cobras elect to go for it. 3 receivers. Rodriguez looking to fire to his receiver. Did he catch it? They're going to say yes.
But I think
did he catch it enough to get a first down? Looks like he. Yeah. Boy, that's close.
I think he skipped the ground. Yeah, I think that's what they're arguing, that it hit the ground. But at least Vero's saying that. And they're going to measure it, but the official on this side, very close, guys.
Yeah, it is. It is real close to a first down mark. I'm not sure it was a catch, but we'll go with the fact they're saying it's a catch, and we'll see if it measures up to be enough for a first down here. But it is awfully close.
Yeah, we can't see because all the players, and I think it's a chain length away.
Nope, didn't get it. Turnover on downs. All right, so we'll change here. Vero Beach will get its second possession of the night.
I tell you, I like the call because their defense is playing good right now. And all he needed was about 3 more inches, and he would have been a first down, and they would continue to have the ball. So, again, I like the call by Mike Watkins to challenge Vero. Hey, listen, you're 1-4. They're 5-0. You need to get some things going for your program.
So they'll put it at the Vero 34. It'll be first down and 10. Aronson, along with Hillsman in the backfield, 4 receivers set. Aronson checking to the sideline there.
Yeah, we had almost thought our center moved the ball.
Yeah, I did too.
Got away with one there maybe.
Hillsman's going to go in motion. Keeper by Aronson. Turning it upfield. Aronson pushes past the 40-yard line to the 41.
He picks up about 6-7 yards on that play. Again, he had to took his man out of the backfield, put him in motion. That has to take a linebacker out. He saw a small opening. He went through it and picks up 7 yards.
Using that 6'3", 210-pound frame to pick up 7 yards on that carry. Presents a second down and 3 for Vero Beach at their own 41. 5 receivers. Looking up, trying to set up a screen. Good catch by Dre. Trying to turn it upfield, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Wow. They saw that one coming.
Yeah, they did. They did. And I'll tell you who tipped their hand was Vondravius. He went up to each guy, kind of telling them what kind of play, what to be looking for on that play. And by doing that, he kind of alerted them a little bit, and it was almost picked off.
So we're going to see a little change here as White and Thomas check into the ball game. Working off the right side. Third down and 3. Shuffle pass. Dre turning it upfield, trying to find some room. He'll have enough for a first down as he gets past the 45.
Yeah, that was he had to work to get that first down.
He sure did.
I thought he had it, and then he took a little dip to the outside, and then he had to come back in. If he'd have stayed up north-south or east-west here, he would have had it.
They're going to spot it at the 47-yard line. No score here in the first quarter. Aronson rolling out right. He's going to keep it. Gets the midfield and then some, and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, again, if Vondravius, this is a water break right now, so we're nowhere near the 5 to 6 minute mark.
Yeah, somewhere around 6.5 minutes in the first quarter. We've got no score. We'll take a timeout.
Christian FM is proud to welcome a new business coming soon to beautiful downtown Vero Beach, Downtown Dipper. Downtown Dipper is a step back in time to an old-school ice cream shop, serving 24 flavors of hand-scooped ice cream, a family-owned and operated ice cream shop. Downtown Dipper, opening soon. Thanks to Downtown Dipper for supporting Christian FM and the Fighting Indians.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by Molinari Pools. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Well, we're here for some Monday night football as we try to get week 6 in the books here. It's the first district matchup for Vero Beach, and it's the Fort Pierce Central Cobras. We are at 4:32 left in the first quarter. There is no score. There is no scoreboard. So if you're watching by YouTube tonight, you will not see the clock on there tonight. Right now, we're at 4:32 remaining first quarter. 0-0 is the score with Vero Beach on their second possession of the evening, and a run from Tyler Aronson puts us in Cobra territory at the 47-yard line. Second down. Hand off to Hillsman off the left side, trying to shake off a couple of tackles and nowhere to go. Might get 1 yard out of that run, GP.
Yeah, I tell you what, I really think that the battle is in the trenches is going to win this game. And right now, Fort Pierce Central is doing a really good job of battling up front in the trenches.
Third down. Called it a long 3 here. 0-0. First quarter as we're inside 4 minutes to go. And a little shift by Vero Beach. Going to send 4 receivers left and a single on the right. Keeper by Aronson up the gut. He's got room. And Aronson lunges for the 40-yard line where it'll be a first down.
The 40-yard line. That'll be an Indians first.
He did a good job. And again, they bunched everything off to that side, to the left. And again, when you take that middle or linebacker out, it's one less guy. You're asking your guys to put a helmet on helmet. And they did, and they got him the first down.
Back to a 4-receiver set. Twins on either side. Hillsman in the backfield with Aronson. It's the first down for Vero Beach at the Cobra 40. Aronson looking to throw. Pressure. Rolls out left. Now he's going to keep it. Turns it upfield to the 35. And down near the 30-yard line.
That's very close
Another
to a first down.
Should be, yeah.
Again, good coverage downfield. Good pressure up the middle.
That's a little short.
Yeah, he felt the pressure, rolled out, and now brings it second. It looks like about 1.5 yards, 2 yards to go here.
Yeah, it'll be about 2nd and 2 here for Vero Beach. Jacobs in motion. Swing pass left side. Jacobs trying to find some blocks, gets to the lane, and he'll have enough for a first down as he goes out of bounds.
Troy Smith did a good job of blocking out there. He sustained his block and held that block for about 4 seconds, allowing Vondravius to get the first down on that play.
About 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Again, a score. Vero Beach putting together a little bit of a lengthy drive here that started from their own 34-yard line. I believe this is going to be the 9th play of the drive. Aronson looking to throw right. Finds Dre again on the right side. Dre trying to shake a tackle. Dre down the sideline. He's going in for the touchdown. Vondravius Jacobs.
How about Justin Woolard on the block, Paul Tipton? How about Justin Woolard? We talk about the things that if you don't catch the ball, things you do out there on the field to win a ball game. He literally blocked his man, allowing Jacobs to get to the outside, make a little move, and Jacobs just took off running on that play.
26-yard catch by Jacobs, a short screen pass that turned into a touchdown thanks to a good block and some athleticism, as the extra point by Lewis is good, and Vero Beach leading 7-0 here in the first quarter.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
So 66 yards and 9 plays. It's a 26-yard reception by Vondravius Jacobs, and we lead 7-0. Kickoff short, and what a coverage by Vero Beach.
And
right at the 29-yard.
That was a pooch kick. That's what it's supposed to do. Nice high one, and that he'll learn the next time to put his hand up for a fair catch. But he took a hit that time. There were so many black shirts around him, I didn't even catch who caught it.
I believe we were like right around 1:53 to go in the first quarter. It's now 7-0 in favor of Vero Beach. Cobra's going to get set to start from their own 29 or 30-yard line. Handoff up the gut.
Face mask against Vero Beach on that one. Yep. That one was he got a hand stuck in, and again it was he made a move. And
Atwell on the carry. Be a face mask against Vero Beach.
15-yarder.
And that will move the sticks.
He had a blitz that time coming right up in there, and they timed it. He went to the other. He went one side. The blitz did. The running back went on the other side and had picked up a couple yards, but he got that face mask.
At the 47-yard line, Cobra's down by 7. On the snap, Rodriguez looking to flip it to Atwell. It goes incomplete. And we'll bring up second down and 10 for the Cobras at their own 47, down by 7.
Yeah, that was one of these plays that I tell you what, if they could have executed it, it was, you saw Atwell pick up the blitz from the outside that time because he had Campbell coming, and then he went into the flats, but the quarterback had to throw the ball quick, and he was open, just missed him.
Rodriguez, he lost the handle on the ball. Chase for it, and Vero Beach has got it. And that was number 52, I believe. That's Hendricks.
Yeah.
On the recovery for Vero Beach.
Deshaun Hendricks that time. Bad snap, high snap. Quarterback couldn't get his hands on it. He knocked it to the side, and Hendricks comes in and recovers that. And those are the things that you shoot a team that you're trying to hang in there in the foot. Now Vero's got excellent field position, and I think it's somewhere right on the 39, I think almost.
Correct. Yep. Nose of the football touching the 39-yard line on the Cobra side, where it'll be first down and 10 for Vero Beach, who's leading 7-0. About a minute and a half to go here in the first quarter.
You know what? I wondered how much they adjusted the signal call, because these guys all know Vero signals.
Aronson from the gun. Snap is there, looking to find his receiver, Woolard. Woolard takes the snap, or to the catch, and a good fight. He was trying to lunge forward, got another yard or so after the catch. Picks up about 5 on the reception, makes it second down and 5. And we got 1 minute remaining in the quarter. First quarter, and it's a 7-0 lead. Vero Beach going to hurry up, try to go a little tempo here. Aronson spins around, looks Hillsman out of the backfield. He's got some blocks. He's trying to stay on his feet and down near the 20-yard line.
Boy, I tell you what a great job by Jordan, Dalton Jordan and Gwynn and Jacobs out there. They did a good job of blocking on that side, allowed him to get that screen pass to the other side and get the first down.
Mark is the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 Indians.
Spotted at the 22, 1st down and 10, trips to the left side. Aronson, and Whistle's going to stop play. And it's going to be against Fort Pierce as they jumped across the line.
Oh, I hated that because Hillsman had a swing pass to the outside, and he had every helmet on, a white helmet, and I really believe he would have danced his way into the end zone.
So they'll push it up to the 17-yard line. It will be 1st down and 5 for Vero Beach.
I know we're under a minute. I
believe we're somewhere around 40 seconds, maybe 35. Hand off to Hillsman, left side. And only able to get just a couple of yards here.
That'll probably be the last play of the first.
Oh. And that will do it for the quarter. So first quarter's in the books. Vero Beach able to put 7 on the board. And that's where we stand here at the end of one. 7-0 lead over Fort Pierce Central. This is Fighting Indians football.
Jeremiah's Italian Ice loves our Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Jeremiah's offers over 40 flavors of Italian ice and 2 flavors of soft serve ice cream. The showcase of the menu is layering the 2 together for their gelati. Located off State Road 60 in the Marshalls Plaza, Jeremiah's Italian Ice. Live life to the coolest.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker and 4th-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, Christian FM supporter Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856. And their site is McCallAgencyInc.com. Proudly serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
That's a little Monday Night Football here at the Citrus Bowl. Paul Tipton, Gary Paris, Matt Paris, Ronnie Sell, Derek West, and Don Dexter here tonight. First district matchup for your Indians. They lead over Fort Pierce Central at the end of one. 7-0 as we get ready to start the second quarter, and Vero Beach on the move, trying to capitalize off a Cobra mistake, a turnover, a fumble recovery by Hendricks. And Vero Beach deep into territory here. They're inside the 20. Handoff's going to go Hillsman. Hillsman off the left side. Boy, he got met right at, I believe, the 15-yard line. Picks up a couple. Brings up a 3rd down and long 2.
Kind of a wrap play where you bring a guard, wrap him around, and your power on the inside. The power of the left guard and center did a good job. The wrap just didn't quite get there quick enough, it looked like.
Aronson waits for the snap. Finally, the snap, Flake. Gonna hand off Brock Thomas with the catch. Brock trying to get to the 5. What a move, and he lunges for the end zone. Touchdown, Brock Thomas. What a move.
I tell you what a great read and a great call by Coach Jay, okay? They knew that Brock could get open on that play. Aronson had to make that play, make that throw. He did. And then Brock, his blocker, left the guy there to him go one-on-one, and he makes a fantastic move to get in the end zone for a touchdown. Good job, Brock Thomas. I coached that kid. I can say that, okay? He was one of my JV guys. I love that kid.
So you wouldn't be happy for him if you didn't coach him?
Yeah, I would be happy.
Okay.
But I'm a little more.
A little happier.
Yeah.
Got it. Lewis with the kick. It's up, and it is good. Vero Beach leading in the second quarter, 14-0.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
39 yards, 5 plays, and a 15-yard reception for Brock Thomas into the end zone. Vero Beach leading 14-0, 11:03 left in the second quarter. Here on a Monday night, trying to finish up week 6 of high school football. As soon as tonight is over with, it becomes week 7, and we have a game on Friday night here at the Citrus Bowls. Perez goes another pooch kick, and will hit the sideline, and it will be a penalty against Vero Beach.
Yeah, it'll be on the 35, not far from where the ball went
exactly,
out.
Exactly, yeah.
So, I mean, that's a... dadgummit if you do, and dadgummit if it was all right there. We pooched it.
Yeah. So, in case you're wondering, if you're listening by radio, this doesn't change for you. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, you'll notice that there is no clock tonight, and that's because the scoreboard is not functioning tonight because of the power outages and whatnot. They had some equipment that got damaged, and they are working to get it fixed. They hope to have it back in operation for our game on Friday night when Wellington comes to the Citrus Bowl here for homecoming night.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
Absolutely awesome. So let's put that ball at the 35-yard line. Cobras down by 14. And they'll have the ball ready to go, 1st and 10. And actually, you're going to move it.
That's where they think it went out at. I guess that's what they're doing. And they're right. If it goes out at the 40, then if you got a fair catcher, he goes, you can take it there.
All right, so 1st and 10 from the 40. A little bit of a reverse. Indians see it. They're trying to make a tackle and will make a tackle for about a yard loss.
There you go. Hendricks back in there doing a good job at that play. He wasn't the first one that hit him, but he was the one that finally brought him down on that play. He got Derek Williams was one of the first guys to get across there and make that hit for a loss.
Clayton on the reverse, and the Indians with too much penetration, and it'll be a yard loss on the play, make it a 2nd and 11 at the 39. Vero Beach jumped again.
I understand the timing. I understand what you're trying to do. But you can't do that every time. Mm-hmm. And Bill Mata is a guy that believes in timing. He wants them to time it because he wants them to jump. But you don't make it easy when you jump offside yourself.
True. It's going to make it a 2nd down and 6. Put the ball at the 44-yard line. 3-receiver set. Handoff, Atwell. Stopped at the 45, about a yard gain.
They had a run blitz right there again on that play. Campbell coming up, Montgomery right in there, and on the tackle along with Brown. So, again, it brings up 3rd down. And this is a big 3rd down for Coach Watkins because if you don't get anything here, you surely don't want to give Vero. You want to flip the field on Vero.
3rd down and 4. Quad formation to the left side for the Cobras. Handoff's going to go Atwell, and the Indians snuff it out. No gain, maybe a yard at best.
Yeah, and to me, I don't take a chance here. I want to flip the field. I'm only down by 2 scores. I can punt it, but, I'm not the head coach.
I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like he's going to keep that offensive unit there.
Well, he may do a hard bark, too. You know what I mean, on the count.
Right.
The count.
Freeze call, yeah. Nope. Instead, Rodriguez looking to flip a pass to Atwell, and Atwell got enough for a 1st down and a couple extra yards.
Yes, they did. Good call.
Picks up 7 on that little pass.
He got it out to Atwell.
So I believe we're getting close, or maybe just inside 9 minutes remaining second quarter. It's a 14-0 lead for Vero Beach. Cobras move into Vero territory to the 46. Swing pass going left side. Zaralik able to catch the ball, turn it upfield, out of bounds around the around about the 30, or excuse me, about the 40, maybe 39-yard line.
There's a unsportsmanlike conduct against somebody, against Fort Pierce Central.
Wow,
I don't understand that. There was 3
that's
white
take
shirts
a
and the
big play
official
and move them back. Wow.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Zaralik. He caught an out and made about, 5, 6 yards, 8 yards on it.
Yeah.
He's going to lose that and a few more.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 1st and 20 now for the Cobras as they move all the way back into their territory at the 46.
I don't know what he said that would get the official, because there was only three Central players back there in the official.
So the Cobras will come out with a 4-receiver set. Trips on the right side. It's 14-0. The score. We're right around 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Rodriguez rolls out right, looking. Pressure coming. Whoa, he went down big time. And that's Keyshawn Campbell again.
Wow, you got to have that clock in the back of your head going 1,001, 1,002, 1,000. That ball better be gone.
As fast as he was running, that clock needs to speed up.
Yeah, he got about 2.5, and he boom.
Wow.
He laid him out for a big sack, big loss, and that's a big-time player right there, folks.
Loss of 11 will now make it a 3rd down, and I think about 31. Rodriguez, play action. Hit. Ball came loose. They're going to call it incomplete.
Yeah, that was another good stunt that time. You had Pollock coming in there. You had Brown coming in there. You had Perry, Warren Perry coming up in there. I mean, that was a good job, watching all these bodies go flying up in there for Vero Beach, along with Gene Galbert. Now they'll have to punt.
Forced to punt the ball away. Mondo out to punt for Fort Pierce Central. Woolard's back deep. Block punt. Vero Beach would get the ball anyway, but now they've got it in even better field position inside the 20.
And I'm going to tell you, that was Derek Williams come flying with a block and the recovery. Way to go, Derek. He come flying in there, Paul.
Wow, he did.
And it was like, the guy had 2 choices to make, and he made both of them wrong.
14-0 lead for Vero Beach. Now let's see if they can capitalize on another break that's going to go their way here after the blocked punt. Vero Beach will have the ball right at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
What you see there is just speed. That's speed. Derek Williams got in there and just made just pure speed.
White in the backfield now with Aronson. Little spin move. Aronson going to flip it out to White. White's got it to the 15, to the 10-yard line and out of bounds.
Yeah, he had a big guy out there, Dalton Jordan, rolling out there with him on that play. He steps to the left, rolls back, spins around. Dalton Jordan goes downfield blocking, and he gets it and picks up the 1st down, 1st and goal now for the Fight Indians. Ephraim White, just a freshman, folks.
Coming in on the game, 5 receptions, 74 yards and a score. Shaw is intercepted, and it's going the other way. Midfield, and Jacobs catches them at the 40, or right at midfield. Holy cow.
That was going to be a little shuffle pass. I don't know who missed their block on the right side, but he come flying in there and he's the one that got the shuffle.
He did.
It was like, okay, here, whoa, wait a minute, you got a white jersey on. Boy, really a bad mistake on a situation where things were looking like the Indians about to put this game away here a little bit.
So that was, I think, your boy Jamarian Davis with the INT.
Jamarian Davis, we've talked about him earlier. He's an outstanding athlete, and I'll tell you, he had 32 total tackles coming in. He has 6 tackles for loss. He got 1 here, and that's a big interception right there. That's their 6th, I think, interception of the season for a bunch of yards. How things turn real quick.
6 minutes and 29 seconds remaining before we get to halftime. It's a 14-0 lead for Vero Beach. Cobras with an opportunity here off the INT. Rodriguez looking for his tight end, and it'll only be about a 2-3 yard gain. There's a relic on the catch.
Yeah, again, they roll out to the right. He's going to roll out. Zarelic is the tight end, and he's just going to get out there in the flats. It picks up 3 yards on the play, but it's positive yards.
Coming up to 6 minutes remaining, second quarter. Second down. Screen, nearly tipped. Instead, it's caught by Atwell down the sideline. Turn it on the Jets. A flag is down.
Well, they held. There was holding on the outside out there. And anytime you can see that jersey going away from you and you're like that, he's stretching it, then that means that, hey, guess what? You got called for holding.
So this ball, if it is an actual hold, and it is, from that flag, they'll put it back at midfield.
And the chain gang took off too quick that time.
Yes, they did. So this will turn it into a 2nd and 11, it looks like.
Yeah. Well, it was a good play.
It was a very
really good play.
Yeah.
But you could see the holding from outside, from up here. I saw the contact made and the guy that held.
2nd down and 11. Rodriguez looking for another screen off the right side. Indians do a good job on the coverage. Minimal gain on the play. This time it is Jamar Paul with the catch.
Yeah, Matt Bacon gets out there. The first one to make that contact. Bucky Rojas is out there also. And then you saw, I like this kid, Alevo, 22 for us. Wells, I think it is.
Wesley.
Wesley, really, yeah. Wow, I just love the way Donquell plays. Love the way this guy plays.
3rd down and 7. Trips to the left side. Rodriguez looking to set up for another screen. Hits his target.
Guess
what
who?
A great tackle by Rojas. Inside 5 minutes to go, second quarter.
Him and Pollock were all over that play. All over that play. I mean, if one didn't get it, the other one was right there on top of it, too. 4th down.
Gonna go for it. 4th down and a long 6 from the 45-yard line. Set up another screen. Coverage is there, and it will not be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, I tell you what, there was almost, Vero had a chance. Derek Williams had a chance for the interception.
He sure did.
I think he hesitated whether he wanted to make the tackle or make the interception. By doing that, he didn't make either. But there was no play on that.
So we got 4:25 remaining in the second quarter. Again, for those of you who are just joining us, there's no scoreboard tonight due to some damage from the storm and the power outages. So we're getting word from the field. They're keeping this time down on the field. 4:25 to go second quarter. And it is a 14-0 lead for Vero Beach, who's got a 1st down and 10 from their own 43. Aronson rolling out right. He's going to keep it, working his way, and just shy of midfield.
I tell you what, that was about a 5-yard gain on that play. and he's rolling out. It's a rodeo, what they call like a rodeo route, where you roll out to the right. You're looking downfield, and the guy coming across a stick route. Good coverage allowed him the freedom to pick up 5 yards.
2nd down and 5. This time we'll send 3 receivers left side, single right. Hillsman, Jonathan Hillsman, the freshman running back, getting the start tonight in the backfield along with Aronson. Tyler looking to throw, finds his receiver, Jacobs trying to turn the corner, does, to the 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, and make a house call.
Outstanding job of blocking by Troy Smith and Justin Woolard on the outside. No holds. What they did is they sustained their blocks, just stayed with them, allowing Jacobs to take that across the field, get up the field, make his move inside, and then back outside. And nobody was going to catch him on that after that.
52-yard reception. Dre, his 2nd touchdown of the night. Again, another screen pass that he just uses great blocking and his speed to turn it into a touchdown. Lewis. Thomas, keeper, looking to throw. Fires towards the end zone. Jump ball. Flag is down. What's the signal? It's incomplete. So it's incomplete. There is a flag down, but it's all for naught. So Vero Beach leading 20-0.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
So it's a 52-yard reception by Jacobs, but it was 67 yards in 2 plays. Missed extra point. We're at 20-0 here. That is the McCall Insurance Agency scoring drive as we've got right at 4 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Another pooch kick's going to go out of bounds. Well, while we have a second, why don't we go down sideline? We haven't checked in with Dr. Matt here tonight. I don't know if he's ready now. I think he was going up under the 10. Oh, he's good. All right, Matt, offensively, we've scored 20 points. What's the vibe down there?
Well, it's really good right now. Once you got past that first drive, we just had a little missed assignments. And that just came from, you got to give credit to the Cobras. We're confusing some of our offensive linemen, a couple of missed assignments. And then, but I tell you what, when they get the assignments right and you get Tyler put in the hands and get the ball in the hands of guys like Dre, magic happens.
That was a little, again, it was blocking by the receivers, but that was a drag route coming from left to right shallow. And then he got in behind his blockers, and that was great. That's a well-executed play. It looked like another screen.
Yeah. 1st down and 10. Starting from their own 35 and down by 20 points. Now flags are going to come in as I believe we jumped the line again.
That's going to be about our 5th one, I believe. I don't know if we're keeping that stat.
Actually, it's on them. Or no. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He pointed in the wrong direction.
Okay. Take that 5th one off. It's only 4. They made us jump. That's all I can say.
1st and 15 now for the Cobras from the 30-yard line. We'll get set here. We're late in the 2nd quarter. 20-0 lead for Vero Beach. Handoff. Atwell shakes a tackle, trying to get to the edge. And he'll pick up the 5 that they got on the penalty and maybe a yard extra on that to set up 2nd down and 9.
Boy, I'm telling you what, Derek Williams is playing a great first half.
He sure is.
Another tackle for him on that play.
Oh, there's your boy Dash coming into the ball game. Look at that.
Look at Dash, my man Dash. I like Dash. Dash is a great kid, too.
2nd down and 9 for Fort Pierce Central, who's down 20-0. We're About 3.5 left in the second quarter. Handoff Atwell trying to bounce out, but nothing going there as it's a scrum after about a 2-3 yard gain.
Yeah, they had Derek Williams was headed off. Looked like he was headed off the field, or they were making some adjustments, and they got him in a run, and then all of a sudden he just stopped on that play. I don't know if there was confusion, but it didn't hurt him at that time.
So coming up to about 2 minutes, 50 seconds or so left in the second quarter before we get to halftime. Cobras looking at a 3rd down and 7. Rodriguez looking to set up a screen underneath, left side. And did it get intercepted or just incomplete? It looks like
just
it's incomplete.
Just an incomplete pass, yes.
Falls incomplete. It's 4th down.
I think you almost got to punt it again, and I've been wrong all night. So, to me, you don't want to take a shot here and go down 4 scores at the first half.
Well, that's true. 2.5 to go, second quarter, as the Cobras will send the punt unit out. Woolard back deep. Vero Beach won the toss. They elected to receive to start the game, so Cobras will get the ball to start the third quarter. Last punt was blocked. Do we get close again? Not this time. Pondo gets the punt away. Woolard catches it and then muffs it, but picks it up and able to pick up about 5 yards.
Yeah, I love his courage, but sometimes you got to be smart.
Yeah.
You just want to play with a ball that short, you got to run up. Sometimes it's better to take the fair catch. Now, I'm not going to second guess him because he's out there and he's looking at the ball. He has got the courage of a fighter out there because he will not quit.
It almost looks scary by looking at those flags over there like it's a little bit of a crosswind.
Yeah. I'm surprised, again, I understand that maybe Quincy Rogers, I thought he was going to be able to play this game, but they have not played him at all the first half.
Well, maybe we'll get a second to check in on the sideline, talk to Matt about that. On 1st down and 10, Woolard, screen pass left side, trying to get around the block, turns up the edge, and then is tackled right at midfield. Boy, that looked close to a face mask there, but no call there. All right, let's go down the sideline. Matt, good to see Jonathan Hillsman, the freshman, getting the start tonight, and he's there because we've got some injuries.
We certainly do. We've got 2 of our guys out, and one with a knee injury, the other one with a ankle/foot injury. And, hey, you take advantage. Next man up, and you got to make the most of it.
Aronson shakes off one defender, rolling out right. Might keep it, and does. Gets out of bounds.
Yeah, he was trying to get Jacobs to take off downfield. And Jacobs got the signal a little late, turned upfield, but by then he got to the sideline. And, now here's the thing. He could have thrown that ball away.
He could have.
And it wouldn't have lost 3 yards on the play.
Yeah.
You can do that in high school. Once you're outside the pocket, you can throw the ball as long as you get it up around the line of scrimmage.
Which is new this year. So, it's not surprising to see that maybe some of these quarterbacks are still – not into the habit of throwing that ball away just yet. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for Vero Beach. Play action. Aronson over the middle. Had his receiver there, but it falls incomplete.
Wow, that was right through Nate Quinn's hands. I mean, Paul, you've got to catch that. That's a penalty flag coming out.
Yeah, a flag from the sideline over there.
But that got you a 1st down. It extends the series.
Yeah.
And, you got to make those catches. He's wide open. Aronson fought like crud to get open and make his moves, and Nate knows that. Nate feels bad.
Dead ball
but
foul.
You got to.
Unsportsmanlike against Vero Beach.
Now I wonder what that call was about. That could be on the sideline or?
That would be 15 yards.
Well, maybe somebody down there said something they shouldn't have and got called for it.
Wow.
So that turns it into, it'll be 4th down, right?
No, 3rd down. Yeah, you go from a 1st down to now a 3rd down and a penalty, And I don't know what Dre said. I don't know who he would have said it to.
It is fourth.
Fourth down.
Yeah, because it was a dead ball foul.
Well, I think Vero's thinking it's third down. And why don't they punt it? I would punt it. How much time's left in the half?
I have it right around 2 minutes.
Timeout in the field, timeout Indians.
So timeout on the field. They want to talk some things over. We'll step aside as well. Vero Beach leading late in the second quarter, 20-0.
Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic. When the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network, brought to you by Ohana Water Systems.
Welcome back to the Citrus Bowl. Paul Tipton, Gary Parrish here tonight. It's our first district matchup of the season for the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. And currently leading over our district rival, Fort Pierce Central, 20-0. We got 65 seconds remaining in this quarter. Second quarter, it is. Vero Beach had taken a timeout. Now,
Fort Pierce
defense jumped offside, so it will be a 5-yard pickup for Vero.
They must have lined up, too.
Yeah. So Vero Beach has got a short week here, quick turnaround. Is Friday night. They'll have Wellington here at the Citrus Bowl. That game will actually start at 7 p.m. Our coverage with countdown to kickoff begins at 6 p.m. as Perez gets the snap. Ball is away. High towering punt will go out of bounds.
Boy, have fun marking that one.
I believe that's going to go somewhere close to midfield, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 45, but
I don't know how you can mark it. That's tough. That ball was a shank to the right.
Well, he's still walking. All right, stopped around about the 47-yard line on Vero's side.
Yeah, that's amazing how they can mark those things. They did the best they can, but that one was a shank a little bit to the right.
All right, just inside a minute to go before we get to halftime. It's a 20-0 lead. Fort Pierce Central will start at the Vero Beach 47. Rodriguez on play action. He's firing to the slot receiver. It's caught up the field to the 20-yard line. And a big first down.
That was a great throw by Rodriguez. And I'm going to tell you right now, that was a good slant route, and they almost broke it. And what a great job. And the receiver on that was Thompson, I believe.
Rodriguez rolling out right, flinging it downfield. It's going to go way out of bounds. Incomplete, and bring up second down for the Cobras with about 35 seconds to go here in the quarter. Vero Beach leading 21-0. Cobras trying to see if they can get a score on the board. They'll get the ball to start the third quarter, so trying to see if they can capitalize and maybe do a 2-for-1 here. Atwell on the handoff up the right side. Gets inside the 15. I believe that'll be enough for a first down. Or is it just shy? Just shy of it. Third down and short. Pass right side, and it falls incomplete. So now it's fourth down.
He better be glad he did drop it, because Pollock was right there. Pollock had that zeroed out, and he was about to tackle him, and he would have had to call timeout or whatever, because...
Yeah, unofficially, I got him for about 15 seconds. Now it's going to be fourth down and short here on the snap. Screen pass going to go incomplete. So that'll be another turnover on downs, and have about maybe 12 to 10 seconds remaining before the half. So Vero Beach will get the ball right about, I guess it's somewhere in about the 11 or 12 yard line. It looks like the 12. It'll be first down and 10. I would guess, Gary, that you just take a knee here and go to the locker room with it.
I would, Paul. I mean, I don't take a chance, but then again, you've got such a great athlete in the Jacobs, and you got Troy Smith. You got speed all around you.
Sure. And you got 2 timeouts, so maybe you get a little pass and maybe set yourself up for something here, but Aronson, he's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. Fires over the middle. There's Dre. Dre off to the races. 40, 30. Reservations for number 1 in the end zone.
No flags down. No flags. To me, that's a cardinal sin on the defensive side. First of all, you don't ever let him get one-on-one.
No way.
And second, you don't let it get anybody behind you on a play when you've got 11 seconds left to go. And just like that, Vero Beach is going to take an opportunity to go in with a 27-point lead if we make this.
Jacobs, 89-yard reception.
That's his longest of the year, I believe.
I believe you're right. Lewis getting set for the point after. Kick is up. And wide right. So 26-0. Vero Beach will go to the locker room with the lead. That play did end the first half of play here in this district matchup between Vero Beach and, I guess not. They're still coming out for a kickoff, so maybe there's a few seconds left on the clock. I'm being told now there's 46 seconds, so must be in the space-time continuum here. This is WSCF Vero Beach, your home for Fighting Indians football. District matchup tonight. Vero Beach hosting Fort Pierce Central. Currently, we are 46 seconds away from the end of the first half. It's a 26-0 lead for Vero Beach. Perez getting set for the kickoff. This one high, a little deeper. Muffed, picked up by Fort Pierce. And coverage is there by Vero Beach. Gets close to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that was a nice kick he drew, and good coverage downfield. That was that you saw everybody converge on the ball, and good job by the special teams.
So they'll spot it at the 19-yard line where it's first down and 10.
Oh, they got another one of those quads out here, man.
They're going to bring the quad to the right side this time, Fort Pierce Central. Handoff's going to go to the back off the left side. That is Atwell. Atwell with a lane, but then he's pushed out of bounds right about the 40-yard line. That's the second time they've done that.
Yeah, and again, that's just bad angles by us. We took bad angles in there, and you're trying to play a lot of people, but you got to take the right angles. You know that either he's going to run it or he's going to throw it out here to the right side. Now look for the little screen pass on this one.
We'll spot it at the 39. Second down, or first down and 10, actually. Ball start against Fort Pierce Central, so make it a 1st and 15.
That center, he kind of twisted his body, then snapped it.
So push him back to the 34-yard line. Atwell, boy, he got hit. Man, there was a solid wall there of defenders waiting for him.
If I'm coach right now, you get the ball, let the clock run down and regroup and just I don't know how much time there's got to be. Hardly any time left at all.
I would say it's got to be under 20 seconds here at this point. It'll be second down and looks like about 20, maybe 22. Pressure coming. Here comes Campbell. They're going to let it fly downfield. And good job on the coverage Vero Beach right there, stride for stride, brings up 3rd down and long.
And that's the game. That's the first half.
So Vero Beach is going to go to the locker room with a 26-0 lead. Fighting Indians, not sure Coach Jay is going to be super thrilled with this first half of play, even though you got a 26-0 lead. Got a feeling he's going to be a little frustrated with some of the mistakes that were made in that first half. Let's check in with Matt, who's got Coach Jay.
Coach, let me get your thoughts on this Monday night football game.
You know, we're up, and it's a district game, so that's obviously what's critical. That's what we come to do. But, I mean, there's a lot of things that we got to get cleaned up. I don't know, obviously starts with coaching, so we got to do a better job as coaches, and then, maybe our players can respond.
I appreciate you, Coach. Let's get to the guys. Back to the booth.
All right, here we are at 26-0 at the end of the first half. Coming up, we've got the Genesis Church halftime show featuring Women of the Fighting Indians with host Bobby Paris. That is coming up next. This is Fighting Indians football.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest stone. Visit us at gcvero.com.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians halftime show, brought to you by Genesis Church. Here's your host, Bobby Paris.
Welcome back for more of Women of Fighting Indians football. Tonight, I have the distinct pleasure of interviewing Becky Smith. Becky is the aunt of Keyshawn Campbell, number 3, linebacker, awesome athlete, according to my husband, who's color analyst and a former NFL player, that Keyshawn has the ability to definitely play in the next level and has verbally committed to Troy University. He has a gift and a rare combination of speed and ability to read the run, understands drops and passes, and has a great football IQ. He stands 6 foot, 205 pounds, and a force to be reckoned with. But Becky, this is about you. And I am so interested in your story. So welcome, Becky.
Thank you for having me. I was born and raised here in Vero Beach. I attended Vero Beach High School. My family, I have a husband, 3 children, and my 3 nephews. I work currently at Kid City, USA during the day, and at night, I make candles. And my interest is taking care of the kids and family.
Making sure they get in school and out of school.
Exactly.
Okay. All righty. Becky, tell us about Keyshawn and your relationship.
I'm his aunt. We took him in about 3 years ago, him and his brothers.
Becky, big family. You have 3 of your own?
Yes.
Plus the 3 boys. And there's always somebody coming in and out, I'm sure. So this time of year, with everything going on with practice, and I've talked about this, between August and December, they pack everything in between holidays and homecoming and you name it. How do you keep it organized, and what is your secret?
Communication and one day at a time.
I love that. That brings back that song. One day at a time, dear Jesus. Becky, as an aunt and mom, what is your priority for the kids? And number 1, just say 3 priorities, with number 1 being the top.
Education. Number 2, respect for yourself and for others. And number 3, setting goals.
I think that's very, very good. We know education is probably power. It really is. And you can't play football unless you are have the grades. So, that goes without saying. Did you grow up in a sports family?
My brother, he played baseball, and my dad used to do property maintenance for one of the owners of Miami Dolphins, and he used to have season tickets.
Oh, so big Miami Dolphin fan. That would make my husband thrilled. That's great. So you did have a lot of football going on. All right. Keyshawn is a great defensive linebacker. Do you understand his position?
Somewhat. I think so.
Okay. What is it about football that you might question or need help with?
The flags.
Yeah, seems to be a lot this year, unfortunately. But his calls and things. Do you ever worry about his safety? After all, he is on the line and he's going up against some big boys.
No, I think he has the strength, but he's always on top. So,
well, as long as he's on top, you don't have to worry too much about him climbing out from underneath all those big boys. That helps. Women of Fighting Indians football will continue right after this.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest home. Visit us at gcvero.com.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Air Docs of the Treasure Coast, cooling specialists, are Fighting Indians football supporters. They know how important it is to have a cooling system that can stand up to our Florida heat. Air Docs offers a full range of cooling and heating services, including repairs, tune-ups, and systems maintenance. Online at airdocsac.com and Facebook.
The Fighting Indians halftime show is brought to you by Genesis Church. Once again, Bobby Paris.
Welcome back. I'm Bobby Paris as we continue with Women of Fighting Indians football. Tonight, I have the distinct pleasure of interviewing Becky Smith. Becky is the aunt of Keyshawn Campbell, number 3, linebacker. I know a priority of yours for Keyshawn is his education. And we talked about that, student athlete, student being first. How is he in the classroom?
The more older he gets, the more focused he gets.
Okay. So he kind of realizes the importance of it at this point. And he's got to have the grade to get to Troy. He can, so I think that's great. And he sounds like he has a good head on his shoulders.
Yes, he does. He's come a long ways.
Well, how do you feel about his verbal commitment to Troy?
Excited, nervous.
Becky, are you able, especially at this time of year, to make time for family gatherings? It's hard. They're all at the age where they're going in different directions. Do you require some just family time?
We do, and we usually all get together on each child's birthday or our birthday, and we usually have a big family dinner outing. So we always have that one special.
Well, and you've got a lot, so there's a lot of birthdays.
Seems like almost every month.
There you go. Becky, if you could pick a day just for Becky, what would that day look like?
I think just reading a book. Relaxing and reading a book. No phone.
I think that's great. What kind of advice would you give a mom of a probably high school senior athlete?
Listening, supporting, just being there for them. Letting them know that you're there and checking what they're doing, keep an eye on them in their business, Yeah.
That's good parenting. Know what they're doing and who they're hanging out with. Do you have a shout out to anyone special?
Just my family.
All righty. You know what? It has been such a pleasure visiting with you and hearing your story. You are an amazing lady. Kudos to you. And those boys love you, and it's all going to pay off. So as we end this, we say,
Go Fighting Indians!
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest home. Visit us at gcvero.com.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker and fourth-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, Christian FM supporter Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856, and their site is McCallagencyinc.com. Proudly serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
The Fighting Indians halftime show is brought to you by Genesis Church. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Well, thanks for bringing us back here to the Citrus Bowl. It's good to be back home after about a 10-day excursion away. Last time we had a football game, we played at Sebastian River High School against Miami Palmetto. Big question mark was, with all this time off, how would Vero Beach come out and play, especially with a district matchup on the line against Fort Pierce Central? Wasn't the best of starts, GP, but in the end, or I should say the end of the first half, we did get it cranked up a little bit, especially with an electric player like Vondravius Jacobs.
Well, you're right. We didn't look sharp. We didn't, that first series, penalties, things we did wrong. We ended up having to punt the ball. And then after that, we kind of settled down. We got the ball back. And then it was just a matter of time before we would start to get our quarterback. I'll tell you again, Tyler Aronson he made things happen again in that first quarter. Kept drives alive, got the ball into the hands of the receivers. Lenny called a lot of screen passes, short passes, gave Woolard, gave Vondravius Jacobs, and gave White opportunities to catch the ball and allow their athleticism to be able to make put great dividends in for you in that first half. Jacobs is phenomenal. They just took so many bad angles at him after he catches the ball. If you don't start running toward the goal line, you're not going to catch him hardly at all. But if you take an angle, try to stop him from getting there and coming more parallel, you're not going to catch him. All you're going to do is watch his heels flip up.
Well, let's take a look at those first half stats brought to you by Durfee's Heating and Cooling. For the Cobras, it is a total of 85 yards of offense, 30 on the ground. Atwell leading the way with 10 carries, 38 yards. In the air, it's 55 yards. Rodriguez at quarterback, 10 of 20 for 55 yards. His leading receiver is Paul with three catches for 8 yards, and Clayton's got 3 catches for 8 yards. Zarellick 2 for 11, and Thompson 1 for 21. Had 4 first downs, had 2 turnovers, a total of 4 penalties for 25 yards in that first half of play, and no points. For Vero Beach, it is a total of 231 yards of offense, 30 on the ground. It was Aronson really leading the way tonight with 6 carries for 29 yards, as GP says. That's how he was keeping some of these drives alive. Not with his arm so much, but with his feet. Aronson with his arm, though, 11 of 14, 201 yards, 3 touchdowns. All 3 of those going to Vondravius Jacobs, who's got 6 catches, 180 yards. Woolard's got 2 for 10. Hillsman's got 2 for 11. Thomas 1 for 15. Actually, he had 4 touchdown passes on the night because you had Brock Thomas who caught a pass as well.
Exactly right. Here you go.
And then White 1 for 10. 6 first downs on the night, 1 turnover. He had a total of 4 penalties for 30 yards. Of course, we had Derek Williams who got that blocked punt tonight. He also has 3 tackles. Keyshawn Johnson, 2 tackles for a loss and a sack. And Jayshon Hendricks with that fumble recovery. So defense definitely, while the offense got struggles early, the defense has really been keeping things in check and keeping the points off the board.
Absolutely. And if I'm Coach Watkins, and again, you're coming out second half, you're down 26-0. You had a little success here and there, but you're just being outmanned. I mean, just outpowered, outmanned. And I think he has to gamble a little bit more, and I think that's what he'll look for him to do.
All right, I want to see if the guys have come out of the locker room here. Let's check in with Ronnie and Matt. We'll start with Ronnie. 0 on the board is always a good thing, Ron.
0 on the board for the other team is always good news, Paul. Overall, Coach Mata and the defensive coaches are happy with the way that they're playing overall, but there's still some little things, lineman and assignment, that sometimes they lined up wrong, sometimes they missed it, they just blew a coverage, and just the little things that you can't afford to do against a better opponent than we're playing tonight. But overall, they're happy with the way they're playing. Coach Mata really went over their alignment and assignments with them and kind of tongue-lashed them a little bit, but then he told them, great first half, guys. So that's the way it, look for Vero to come out and play the same strong second half.
All right, well, with the defense pitching a shutout, it helps the offense when some early struggles, Matt, but they finally got some things working right. Maybe practice finally pays off with extra work on those screens.
Well, he certainly did. We had talked about to Coach last week when they had all the rain, the lighting, everything was cutting the practices short, either by the day or the practice. And so when you do that, you have to cut things out. And he cut the screens out of practice because they had been running the screens very well. Well, that all changed this week. He said, hey, we're going to make the screens a priority, and we saw that tonight as the guys were lighting them up. And even with that, Coach, obviously he's looking for perfection, and we did not have that the first half, whether that's the penalties. And, Gary says it all the time. Gary, you got to stay ahead of the chains, and nothing more frustrating than getting behind the chains, whether it's just on a missed assignment as far as the a blocking or a penalty, and it's just got to keep going forward. But other than that, he was pleased. You have 239 yards of offense just in the first half, and when you got a guy like Tyler and Drake connecting, it is pretty special.
It surely is. All right, we're going to step aside. We'll get set for the second half. This is Fighting Indians football.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest stone. Visit us at gcvero.com.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Well, we're here on a Monday night. Obviously, last week it was Hurricane Ian who took front stage here and caused the schools to close up, and rightfully so. So we're just trying to get this game in. It's a district game, so it is important to the playoff picture. Vero Beach with a win tonight obviously keeps them in the driver's seat for the playoffs. And Gary, this past week, the FHSAA put out their rankings and whatnot, and of course, you got to break a lot of stuff down here because there's a lot of new things going on. You've got different classifications now. You've got you've got the Metro, you got the Suburban, and then in each one there are 4 classes. Vero Beach plays in the Suburban League or classification, and they are in the largest part of that, which is the 4S. We're in District 12. So our district games will be, obviously, tonight, Fort Pierce Central. You'll have Centennial. You'll have Martin County, Treasure Coast. And, and so you've got these 4 games that we've got to play here. And, so far, we're looking good to win this ball game here tonight. You don't want to take things for granted, but obviously things look positive for Vero Beach. They'll be 1-0 in the district. It's important because if you win your district title, that puts you at least in the top 4 seeds in that playoff bracket.
Absolutely. And again, my thoughts on the first half, I just don't think Vero looks sharp.
Yeah.
I think they need to clean up some things. I like what Coach said. We got to work on some things here. We need to even we run our screens, we miss blocks, we drop passes. We just got to clean up on the line. I thought the line played okay. I didn't think the line had a great game, but first half. But I think when you're up 26-0, you can't complain too much. But when you look for perfection or you look to be better, you're playing a team that you're supposed to beat. You're supposed to win this game. Mm-hmm. Now you go down the road, you've got to play teams like Treasure Coast, or you get into the playoff. You can't afford to have a bad game against some of these teams.
Well, I also think, too, Gary, look, you got a little bit of an interesting situation. The last time either one of these teams actually played was almost 10 days ago. So there's a little bit of a layoff, so you kind of expect to see a little bit of rust. And let's just face it, everybody tries to say the right things, whether it's coaches or players. We all do the same thing. We look at the records and we go, okay, we're 5-0, they're 1-4. Well, yeah, let's see. Okay, but when you actually get out there, things change a little bit under the lights. Perez going to kick off. Caught at the 5. Oh, bounced right off the receiver. And coverage is going to tackle him inside the 5 around the 4-yard line. Wow.
Yeah, you're having a bad day, Gerald Thompson, that one, a return man. When the ball hits him, bounces straight up in the air, he can't find it. When he does get it, all of a sudden the black shirts are all around you, and now you're starting your drive inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that's not where Coach Watkins would like to start things for this second half. They're actually going to mark it right at the 5-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10 for Rodriguez at quarterback. Vero's going to bring pressure, and we jumped.
Don, how many, I'm going to ask our statistician, Don, how many penalties? Just 3 jumps? I got more than that. I don't know. I got 4 now. That's officially, I got 4 of those jumps, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're not right. Don had 3. So, Coach is livid right now.
1st down and 5. And I believe that's Atwell.
I don't think he got anything, did he? Maybe a yard.
Maybe about a yard. Bring up 2nd down and 4. So if you are just joining us, we'll let you know that there is no scoreboard tonight. It got damaged through the storm, some circuitry. And so we're having to get word from the field about the time. And the clock is a big hit from behind. And Matthew Bacon getting in there.
Well, who made that play was Keyshawn Campbell, because he went out to take Atwell, who the quarterback Rodriguez was going to throw the ball to. He hesitated, and when he hesitated, Matt Bacon leveled him.
We'll put the ball at the 4-yard line now off that sack. Brings up 3rd down and 11. It's 26-0. We're in the 3rd quarter. Rodriguez looking to fire, and it's going to one hop to his intended target. That is Jamar Paul. And it's 4th down. Punt unit will make its way out there.
You know what we haven't seen? Rodriguez is quarterback the whole game.
Yep.
And again, I guess Atwell's such a good athlete. He can catch the ball out of the backfield and can run the ball. But we haven't seen him throw the ball tonight.
Yeah, you know, Gary, when I was watching some film, I watched they played Palm Bay last week, and it was Rodriguez at quarterback for the entire game. But then the game before that, it was Atwell playing quarterback.
Yeah,
so
that.
Not sure where Coach Watkins decides to put Atwell at quarterback, but it's good to have that luxury. You can put that athlete anywhere you want. Mondo gets a good punt away. Woolard picks it up to the 40, and he's tackled right at about the 37-yard line.
Woolard's return, so he's going to be near the 37, 38.
But Vero Beach is going to start with great field position as they start on the plus side of the 50-yard line, right around about the 36, 37-yard line of Fort Pierce Central. So Tyler Aronson had a pretty good first half, 11 of 14, 201 yards and 4 touchdowns on that first half of play. He's back out on the field with his offensive unit.
And I tell you what, this is good for Hillsman, the running back, the freshman, to get this many reps.
Twin receivers on either side. Play action. Aronson thought about it. Now he's going to keep it. Now he flips it downfield and finds his receiver. That looks like Woolard over there, right around about the 25-yard line.
No, that was Hillsman.
Was it Hillsman?
Yeah, Hillsman went up to check and slipped out in the backfield into the flats. And just before he got to the line of scrimmage, he tossed that ball out to Hillsman down the field.
We'll see a flag. I don't know if they were thinking maybe they're thinking an incomplete pass here, but
no, I don't think.
I looked him.
We're being told one official was trying to call it incomplete, but 2 other officials said no, he caught it.
Ball will be spotted at the 26.
First down.
And it'll be enough for a first down. 26-0 lead for Vero Beach in the 3rd quarter. Aronson's going to send 3 receivers left side, and Hillsman goes in motion that way. Keeper by Aronson, not a really good idea.
Well, they blitz to the backside, and that's a good defensive stunt right there as Curzan comes flying in from the left, their left, our right. It was designed to look one way, run the other, possibly have a receiver in the flats out there or somebody coming out to help him, but nobody was there.
It's about a 5-yard loss. It'll be a 2nd down and 15 now.
Curzan was a good job. He made a nice tackle for the Cobras.
Vero on a 2nd down and 15. He's going to throw this time. Aronson being forced out of the pocket and will go down with a big sack.
Sack for the 2nd time on successive plays. Aronson trapped by number 45, Elliott.
So now looking at a 3rd down and a monster here.
Yeah, you just got too much pressure. One from the outside and one from the inside on the right side come flying up in there. And again, he loses in the last 2 plays. I think he's lost 15 yards, and just because of mental mistakes or breakdowns.
Yeah, so you're about a 3rd and 25 here.
I think if you get 15 yards of it or so, he'll go for it.
Yeah, I agree. Twin receivers on either side. Oh, and a jump. So there's 5 for you.
flag on the play.
Boy, I like it when all of them throw a flag. It's so obvious that even us, we got it right. 4 flags go flying. So that means we got it right, too.
Ball to the 36-yard line.
Okay.
Third down.
A couple more, and we'll have a nice third down and manageable here. Aronson's going to roll out to his left, looking downfield, fires, and short hops it. He was looking for Woolard. All right, fourth down.
He had Woolard open if he could have got it. He just couldn't turn his shoulders enough to get the ball downfield.
That's hard for a right-handed quarterback when you're rolling left.
Yeah, but you got to make it.
I agree.
I mean, especially if you got a guy working to get open there on the play. Fourth down,
fourth down, and I got to believe you may see the quick punt here, the quick kick by Aronson on this one. Wouldn't surprise me if they don't try to, pin him back a little bit.
Indians fourth down.
It's 26-0 lead. We're in the third quarter. Aronson waiting for the snap. Getting a signal from coach.
He may take a delay a game just to get that extra.
Yep, and there is the delay.
I think he's frustrated. I think he didn't want to take the delay. I think he wanted to run the play. And I think he was going to go deep. I think he was going to challenge him deep with a pass. And we'll see what he does here. To me, I thought he looked like he was going to.
Yeah, maybe. You may be right. Now he's going to punt.
Yeah, he's got him deep enough to punt it.
Mm-hmm. Aronson will pop this one straight up in the air. Take a sideways bounce right at the 20. I think it's about the 25-yard line there, or is it the 20-yard line?
Yeah, those are the things that shoot you in the foot right there. Penalties, missed assignments, bad plays.
Yeah.
Give them credit for.
The big sack is probably the thing that hurt us the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so both teams have had a possession here in this third quarter, and both teams have punted the ball away. So here comes the second time now for Fort Pierce Central. Will start from their 20-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Ooh, Atwell slammed down to the ground. Picks up a good 7 yards on the play.
Yeah, you're going to blitz. You've got to be careful when they run that quick dive up in there, and you better have some linemen or somebody there because you take a stunt and a blitz to the outside. He picks up 8 yards on that blitz.
7:50 to go here in the third quarter. Atwell.
He is wobbling.
Yeah, he took a hard shot down on the turf there when they tackled him.
Yeah, and after what's happening
I was
in the
about
NFL,
to say, we're seeing some interesting things these days. So,
yeah, if you just look cross-eyed, you're coming out.
Handoff up the gut, nothing going there. Maybe to the 45-yard line. It'd be about maybe a yard gain.
Yeah, going to bring up third down. Good job by the guys in the middle. Brown, Kez makes that stop right there. And again, you're almost 2 down territory on every situation now with Fort Pierce.
Third and short at the Cobra 35. Handoff again, going right up. Nothing there. We got stacked up behind the line. Kesney Brown leading the charge.
Yeah, you had an injured player.
All right, so we'll take an injury timeout here in the third quarter. I believe we're somewhere around about 6.5 to go in this third quarter. We'll be back.
A family business for 25 years, Total Golf Cart supports the Fighting Indians and their fans. They're the authorized club card dealer and love to assist buyers to find the golf cart that best meets their needs. They offer both new and used club cars. And Total Golf Cart also has a full service department at 1140 South US 1 in Vero Beach or at TotalGolfCart.com.
Cap's Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Cap's offers Italian cuisine, including pizza, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Cap's Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277 or capspizzamenu.com.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Back here after an injury timeout, one of the Cobras, one of the offensive linemen went down. Good to see him up. He is walking very gingerly, but at least walking, getting some help. Cobras are looking at a 4th down and almost 2 yards to go.
29.
Down 26-0, and Coach Watkins has sent the punt unit out.
Well, Vero's got to be careful. They get back a yard. Get back a yard and don't move up till that ball snapped. There you go.
End over end punt. Takes a high bounce and will stop right around about the 42-yard line. Well, interesting start to this third quarter, GP. We're up 26-0, and we'll get our second possession of this second half.
It took us 2 possessions in the first quarter, but in that second possession, we went down and scored. So, hey, this is the time to do it.
Spot that ball at the 42-yard line. Hey, by the way, Friday, we got another football game here at the Citrus Bowl. Wellington comes to the Citrus Bowl. It's going to be homecoming, so get ready. Woolard dropped to the intended pass over there. It was going to be a screen pass over on the left side, incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Vero.
Yeah, those are things that, you got to clean up and practice. I mean, those are good plays that you want to execute. But you got to make the catch. You got to catch the ball, and then you got to be able to throw it downfield or run it, whatever you choose to do.
Yeah,
but that's a drop pass. That was almost a lateral.
Be one of those passes that Tyler would want to have back. Handoff Hillsman, just not much going there in the middle here tonight.
We just, in 5 plays, we've had a penalty or 2 and a couple missed assignments just haven't looked good here.
Agreed, Gary. And we're looking at a 3rd down and 8 now. Inside 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. It's 26-0.
Well, we got to figure a way to get the ball into Jacob's hands, Paul.
Trips on the left side. Play action, pressure coming, and Tyler's going to go down. I tell you what, that front of Fort Pierce Central is bringing the heat tonight.
I don't know what the play was. I was watching Jacobs to see what he was going to run. I don't know who missed the blocks. And, I didn't see the onslaught of that play. I just was watching Jacobs run his route to see if I could learn something from what he was doing. But there you go, second possession. We're now, it's 4th and 20.
Perez will come out to punt the ball away. Good high towering punt.
Get a bounce.
Takes a big bounce. Will roll, a little Vero roll. Past the 35 to almost the 34. All right. Well, Gary, I don't know if Coach Watkins is feeling good about the start of this first half or second half, but you know, he's got to feel pretty good that he's forced a couple of punts here in this third quarter.
Yeah, right now, if he says, hey, we're holding the Indians to 26 points, a team that's averaging over close to 40 points a game, you know, here we are, we got him at 26. Hey, we're doing a good job so far.
Problem is, Vero's defense is doing its job, pitching a shutout so far.
Little movement in there.
Movement on Fort Pierce Central. And that'll back them up, make it a 1st and 15.
They put
from
a
the
man.
30.
They put a man in motion that time. They run Riviera Allen out, and then Vero shifts. When Vero shifts, they had a little motion on that offensive line.
1st and 15. Rodriguez, he's looking to throw. He got hit as he let it fly, and it's going to fall incomplete.
Boy, he had a wide open receiver there as Garrick Zarlak. I'll get that right, I think. Zarelic. I'm in the ballpark. Zarelic was wide open, but he took a hit that time, and he was no throw near him.
2nd down and 15. Play action again. Boy, the pressure was coming as Bacon got in there, and then Voltaire cleans up the play there. Minimal gain, and I don't even know if it actually gained. It actually lost a yard.
Yeah. If I'm if I'm the quarterback, Rodriguez here, and I'm going, Coach, no mas, no more, okay, no more. I don't know that I can take any more hits, okay.
3rd and 16. Rodriguez, he's going to let it fly. He's going on a go route down the sideline. Intercepted, incomplete.
I tell you what, they ran into each other. Anderson ran in to Voltaire on that play. They collided. They both had a shot at it, and I believe the receiver got a cramp.
Punt unit on the way out for Fort Pierce Central. This will be the 3rd punt of this 3rd quarter for the Cobras. It's a 26-0 lead. Close to 4 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Be a good time to hear from Mr. Woolard. Punt is away. Takes a bounce. Woolard on the bounce to midfield. 45, 40, down the side, and pushed out of bounds right around the 25-yard line.
Yeah.
And a flag down. We're hearing block in the back.
You know, I saw the block, okay? And it's a borderline. I'll give the official, but what he did was he had the guy, and then he turned his back, and instead of easing up, like get off him, we pushed him to the ground, and I think that's what we got called on.
Well, it's going to negate a pretty good return by Justin Woolard. And put the ball back at the Cobra 45-yard line. So it's still on the plus side for Vero Beach, just not at the 25-yard line.
I tell you who I'd like to see catch a ball right now. I'd like to see Nate Gwynn catch one.
Coming up on 1st down and 10 here at the 45. Handoff. Hillsman. He's got some room. Man, he is knifing through and picks up a good 7 yards.
He's a tough kid. He took a hit right there. I mean, he took a hit at the end of that. The safety come flying up on him on that play was Gregory Jerger, and he took a hit on that.
They'll give him 8 yards. 2nd down and 2. Another handoff. Hillsman off the left side. And he got enough for a first down. They threw him backwards, but he's got enough for the first down.
Yeah, he did. He hit that hole quick. Then he started to go, instead of staying north-south, he tried to go east-west a little, and then he got caught up and thrown back.
3 minutes and 10 seconds to go this third quarter. It's a 26-0 lead. Vero Beach in Cobra territory. First down and 10. Play action. Ball batted at the line.
He had a blitz on that time with the linebacker come flying in there. Jamarian Davis, who plays both linebacker and defensive lineman for Fort Pierce Central, did a great job. And again, he had a wide open receiver. Not one pass the second half has gone to Jacobs. He was trying to get the ball into Jacobs' hand there. Not one pass he's been able to catch.
Second down and 10. Twin receivers on either side. Aronson flips it to Hillsman. Hillsman, just a 2-3 yard gain on the play.
That's
They're
a
only
little.
going to give him a yard, so it'll be a third down and 9 coming up for Vero.
And that's just a little spin out. And that time, Fort Pierce Central has seen it enough times tonight that their linebackers are reading it, and the safeties come flying up. Got to get the ball into Von Dravius' hands some way, somehow, Paul.
Working our way towards 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. 26-0 lead for Vero Beach on third down and 9. Roll out to the left side. Aronson thinking about keeping it. Trying to work his way through a couple of defenders. It won't be enough as he gets past the 30-yard line.
Well,
now it's fourth down, and you know Coach Jay's going to go for this.
He wasn't going to throw an interception on that play.
Yep.
He was going to run it and see if I can get 5 or 6 yards. Now it brings up 4th and 5, and you got several options here. You got some short passes, or you may even want to run it, but you got some options.
At the 29-yard line of the Cobras. And it's going to be a timeout. Vero Beach will take a timeout. They lead 26-0.
Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic. When the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network, brought to you by Badland Auto Group.
Back here at the Citrus Bowl, Billy Livings Field. Technically, this is part of Week 6. Vero Beach hosting Fort Pierce Central in its first district matchup, leading over the Cobras right now 26-0 with 1:57 to go in the third quarter, and it's a 4th down and 5 coming up for Vero Beach. This Friday night will be Week 7, and it's Wellington coming to the Citrus Bowl. Game time will be normal, 7 o'clock, with our coverage beginning at 6 p.m. with Countdown to Kickoff presented by Cap's Pizza. Vero Beach coming out with a 5-wide look, 2 left, 3 on the right. Let's see if they maybe can get them to jump off sides, give them 5 yards. So far, no luck. Aronson, low snap, picks it up. Rolling out, and he will get sacked. Another one, and his helmet comes off this time.
Yeah, he got Paul Paris on that one. That was just a good job getting around the left guard there, and you got to be a little quicker. You got to be a little stronger on those plays like that. But and that's a lesson learned right there on 4th down. Even though it's hard for me to say that, but it was a fact.
That may be the 5th time tonight that Aronson has gone down as a sack. So here come the Cobras. First down, going to the air, and an incomplete pass.
I tell you what's happened to Rodriguez, and it will happen to you. You take enough hits, Paul, and you feel the pressure. You're going to throw the ball quicker, and you're going to sometimes throw it higher than you want to because you want to get rid of it. You don't want to take any more hits.
Got about a minute 50 to go, third quarter. Rodriguez trying to get another pass. Oh, man, was it nearly intercepted. Aiden Smith got his hands on it.
He read it really, really quick. Aiden did. Safety jumps up in there and makes that tip, knocks it away, but I think he was trying to catch it, though.
Stops the clock. We're right around minute 40 to go, third quarter. And it's a 3rd down and 10 for the Cobras. Again, going to the air, finding a receiver on that far side. Caught ball, comes out. Scramble for it, and I think Vero Beach got on top of it. And they did. Good job. Receiver is down, but a recovery. I think that was Voltaire that may have gotten that ball.
That's a great hit. How he fumbled it. He got hit, and they had a tackler underneath him, and a guy coming over the top of him popped the ball loose so he could never go to the ground, and Vero was able just to get it before it went out of bounds.
All right, so I think it's Kamani Messinum, I think is how you pronounce that. It looks like Messam, but I believe it's Messinum is how you pronounce that.
You want me to help you?
Oh, yes, please.
That is Messam.
Okay. Thank you for that.
No, that's all right. Kamani's a nice kid, too. Good kid.
Oh, there was an injury. That was Jamar Paul that went down with the injury. He was the actual receiver that lost the ball. Let's go down to Matt.
Hey, guys. One of our receivers talking about Dre not being able to get the ball, and he is very frustrated. Not at that. He's frustrated at the Cobras every time are holding him as he's going downfield. Part of the problem is we have a 5-man crew, so you've got one guy, one referee in the back trying to watch the whole field. He's in the middle of the field, and they're just grabbing and just trying to hope they get away with it. And he's talking to the refs, but we know how that went the first half. Didn't go so well.
52 seconds to go in this third quarter. 1st down and 10 for Vero Beach. Going to do that spin right to Hillsman. Hillsman's got a couple of blockers. Hillsman spins out of a tackle down the sideline and out of bounds near the 10.
Now that play was executed well. He spun to his left, started to his left, spins back to his right, and had good separation there. And Dalton Jordan, a great block by the right tackle as he was able to get downfield.
Picks up 33 by number 33. 1st down, play action. Boy, Aronson took a shot as he let that ball go, and it goes incomplete.
You know, as a lineman, and I've been around him a long time as a tight end, you've got certain responsibilities that you've got to read. If you got your man, if you're playing a zone block in a situation like a pass running, if you see your man's covered, you've got to then look for the blitz. You've got to be able to help out and pick up. It's just not you turn your head. You've got to see the whole line in front of you.
2nd down, trips to the left side. Play action. Aronson again. Man, they are just in there in a flash.
You know, that was just, again, the same guy come flying in there. And I'll tell you what, we're getting beat at the line of scrimmage, and we're not. That's Engel. Is coming in. A defensive back is actually coming up, and he's blitzing.
Yeah.
So you got 3rd down here, and again, we haven't picked up the blitz yet.
Got to be coming down to the last few seconds of this third quarter, and in fact, there it is. That's the end of the third. No score in this third quarter, but thankfully Vero Beach in the first half got 26 points, and that's where we end at the end of 3, 26-0. Fourth quarter action coming your way. This is Fighting Indians football.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
WSTF Vero Beach, Christian FM. This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Back here at the Citrus Bowl for the start of the fourth quarter. Vero Beach leading 26-0. But in this third quarter, they have had some struggles, in particularly trying to pick up the blitzes coming in by Fort Pierce Central.
Well, here's your situation. Teams are going to see film on this, and they're going to look at what Fort Pierce does, and you better start getting ready because they're going to throw the same pattern at you.
Vero Beach is looking at a third down and about 16-17 to go. They can get a first down before getting to the end zone. Play action. Pass out of the backfield. Thomas gets to about the 10-yard line. It'll be fourth down.
Yeah, that's a nice little bootleg to the right again, and to get Brock Thomas coming in a shallow out and makes that catch and gets picks up about what, 10 or 10 yards or so, 10 yards on that. Now it's fourth and about 7. You know, not that it's easy to get 7 yards.
So the Fighting Indians are going to line up in a 4-receiver package. Single on the right, 3 to the left. Hillsman off the right side of Aronson. Aronson looking, pressure, steps up, fires over the middle. Wide open is Jacobs. Touchdown.
And he got to hit a defensiveless player after he caught it. One of the players from Cobras laid into, he laid right into Jacobs on that. After Jacobs already been signaled touchdown, and he eased up. So that was.
Yeah, but hey, as you said, Gary, we got to find a way to get it in his hands, and we did.
Yeah, and again, you don't need that late hit, and that's part of that frustration. Going for 2 here. This would make it, what, 35?
I believe so, yeah.
As they line up for a 2-point conversion.
The question is, would it be a dead ball foul?
It would be,
and would it be on the kickoff? That's what I was.
Right now it's 32, so a 2-point would only make it 34.
Oh, okay.
And I think they're realizing that. I think they're going to come out and try just a standard extra point. Yeah, the idea would be if he could get to 35, get to a running clock.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
It's just
we've missed 2 of them. We've missed 2 extra points. I think we have. Right? It was 26, would have made it 28. This would have been,
we missed 2 extra points.
2 extra points.
Correct. So we'll wait for Lewis to line up here.
I don't understand why they did.
They wanted to take the penalty here instead of the kickoff. So, okay. Oh, and we moved. So now you negate the penalty. Matt, what you got?
So, yeah, Coach was wanting to take the penalty. He had an option of taking the penalty here to get it to the 1.5 or on the kickoff. He decided to go here because he wanted to put the heavy package in and go for 2. A little miscommunication when it came to personnel, so they took it off, but he had already committed to the taking the penalty here.
Yeah.
On for the point after 81-0.
Makes sense. Brock will get set for the snap. Puts it down. Jesse puts it through the uprights. 33-0 here in the fourth quarter. Vero on top.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Christian FM is proud to welcome a new business coming soon to beautiful downtown Vero Beach, Downtown Dipper. Downtown Dipper is a step back in time to an old school ice cream shop, serving 24 flavors of hand-scooped ice cream, a family-owned and operated ice cream shop. Downtown Dipper, opening soon. Thanks to Downtown Dipper for supporting Christian FM and the Fighting Indians.
So 46 yards and 5 plays. It was a 10-yard reception. Tyler Aronson finds Vondravius Jacobs in the back of the end zone for the score. 33-0. Scoring drive brought to you by the McCall Insurance Agency as Perez kicks it deep inside the 10.
Number 6, Jamar Paul on the return.
Return is to the 25, 30, 35 down the lane. Midfield races, and he will not be caught. That is Jamar Paul with the score on the kickoff return. So no shutout tonight for the Fighting Indians.
No. And again, there are certain things you have to do on a kickoff coverage team is that you got to stay in your lanes. If somebody knocks you out of your lane, your cover lane, you've got to get back into it. And everybody, in theory, is converging on that runner staying in his lanes. We got outside our lanes, and he was able to get up the field and down the sidelines. Nobody touched him. I don't think they put a hand on him.
Yeah, I think we had somewhere around about a 90-yard return on that kickoff by Jamar Paul. And Mondo will get set for the extra point for the Cobras. And he smashes that one through the uprights.
He's got
Scores
a good leg.
now 33-7 here in the fourth quarter. Next week, Fighting Indians. I say next week. Actually, it's this coming Friday.
Yeah.
It's going to be a short turnaround all the way around for everybody here as we stay here at home for Wellington. And because of all the weather stuff and all that, now they have moved things around for homecoming. This was actually supposed to be the homecoming game with Fort Pierce Central. Instead, they're going to do all the festivities for the homecoming week, and everything is all going on this week, and then the game will be on Friday. They're doing the dance a couple weeks later just because the original dance was supposed to be last Friday or last Saturday, and schedule conflicts, all of this stuff. It's just been a mess. They're trying to do their best to get it worked out, but that's what's happening. Bottom line is these guys got a short turnaround on Friday to play another ball game here at the Citrus
That's
Bowl.
the most important thing. There is the king and queen court coming out, but the thing about it is you got to get ready to play another game on Friday.
Scores 33-7. Westwood's getting set to kick off. By the looks of it, might be an onside. Nope, he's going to go high deep. Right around about the 15-yard line. White's got a lane through the lungs. He's taking it off. He's going untouched for the score. Anything you can do, we'll do a little better.
Yeah, exactly. You made a comment that when he was in 8th grade, he ran 100 meters in 11 seconds. Well, he's in the 9th grade, and he just did 85 probably in about 10 seconds.
And it was special.
How
about that?
Yeah, he is such a great athlete.
Yeah, Ephraim White, folks, a freshman. He is a special player. So the Indians will try a point after here. See if they can make this 40-7. snap is there. It's a low one, but Lewis able to put his toe on it, and he gets it through. Indians answer right back. It's 40-7.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system, thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
You got mad at me.
So an 85-yard kickoff return by Ephraim White. And Vero Beach answers the kickoff return by Fort Pierce Central. And we're at 40-7 here in the fourth quarter. Vero Beach on top, getting set for Perez on the kickoff. This one's high. Returnable at the 5, 10, 15. And stopped. Let's go down to Matt.
Guys, one of our own here in the Indian River County, Jake Witt, and he's got his own State Farm in Sebastian. He has taken donations. He's got a box truck that he is going to take over to the West Coast to help in some of the, all the disaster that was happening over there. So if you have anything that you want to donate, he is taking it over. He'll be leaving Wednesday, so get it to him tomorrow if you can. And so if God puts it on your heart, head over to Sebastian State Farm. They'll take it over to the guys on the West Coast.
First down and 10. Rodriguez looking to air it out on a go route and almost intercepted. Voltaire was right there.
Yeah, he was stride for stride and had the inside position. And Clayton, the receiver, and I thought we had 10 guys on the field I was counting.
So at the 18-yard line, it's second down and 10 for the Cobras. Handoff off the right side, past the 20. Maybe gets to the 21.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of guys in there now getting a chance to play, Paul. And you love to see that. Ephraim Rivers is in there and makes that tackle. My boy Dash is in there right now.
Third down and 7. Handoff again, bouncing off the wide side and stopped shy of the first down marker.
That's Rivers making that tackle.
That was Riviera Allen on the carry for Fort Pierce Central. And it's fourth down and 2.
And Rupert Taylor also got a tackle in on that tackle.
Three receiver set. Fort Pierce Central. And a timeout's going to be taken by Coach Watkins here late in the fourth quarter with the score 40-7. Vero Beach winning on top.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Cobras looking at a fourth down and 2. 9:25 to go here in this fourth quarter. 40-7. Little screen pass. And a good play by Vero Beach to snuff that out. I don't think he got to the first down mark.
No,
he didn't. That's going to be turnover on downs. So
first down.
Oh, wow,
no,
they're going to
they gave him a first down.
Really?
Oh, what a terrible mark.
Wow.
I haven't said anything bad about the officials, but he was down. I thought he was like a yard and a half behind the sign,
man.
and they gave him a first down on that.
Oh, timeout's going to be taken by Vero Beach. I got a feeling one of the coaches might have something to say to the officials on this timeout.
Well, Coach Bethel, Randy Bethel, is out there talking to him, and the official on this side, it was closer to him, but honestly, we're not far from it. We can see it.
Yeah.
And when they rolled him over, or they stopped him, to me, he was a yard and a half behind the ball.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, well, they'll give him maybe a half a yard or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's, well. We're not going to change their mind.
Nope, we sure aren't. It's going to be first down and 10. Cobras down 40-7. 9:14 to go in this fourth quarter. Rodriguez, another screen pass. Oh, my goodness, what a hit. Aiden Smith comes up and just destroys that play.
Wow, 44 just meant 44. And 44 in the black jersey just knocked 44 out of the game of the white jersey on that tackle.
Woo. Wow.
He got the wind knocked out of him. He went to the sideline. That was a hit, folks.
Wow. 2-yard loss, second down and 12. Rodriguez again trying to set up a screen for his receiver, trying to get to the edge. And he'll pick up about a good 4 or 5 yards, maybe 6 on that reception. Turns it into a third down. And looks like about 4, maybe 5.
Oh, they're going to go to the nearest. It's funny. They took measuring to the nearest line.
Yeah.
Instead of where it was. They just went, hey, we'll make it easy. We'll just take it to the nearest line.
3rd and 4. Handoff up the gut. And this will be a first down.
Yeah, that will be a first down.
Inside 8 minutes to go, fourth quarter. 47 lead, Vero Beach. After this ball game, Fighting Indians will have to quickly regroup, get their attention set on Wellington, who will be here Friday night. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. Screen pass again off the right side. Receiver trying to go right into the heart of that defense. Probably not the best decision.
You know, you talk about it like in the state of Florida, all high schools are struggling to get games. UCF, we were supposed to play last Saturday.
Yeah.
Then we scheduled this Sunday, and now we're playing on Wednesday. So I got to go do a game Wednesday night, then turn around, be here on Friday night with you guys.
You're living the broadcaster's dream, man.
Yeah.
A game every 2 nights, man. Second down, 6. Fort Pierce Central at their own 45-yard line. Rodriguez, he's pump faking. Ball hit up in the air and goes incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down and 6.
Yeah, it's good pressure again. Again, it's neat to see all these young men are out there that are playing. These are not your starters. These are guys that are your number 2 guys, backups and all, getting a chance to play.
Play action actually is a handoff. That is Riviera Allen. And no gain. Ball at the 45-yard line where it'll be a 4th and 5, basically.
No gain, 4th and 5 Central.
Pass off the right side, up in the air and intercepted. Going the other way. Touchdown, Vero Beach.
That's Antoine Frederick.
How about that? 35-yard pick 6.
And that's just, your young man has been up there all year, not getting. Every time he gets in, he hustles, works hard, and on that time we've seen Antoine as a running back at times. We saw him as the defensive back. That time he picks off a deflected ball that went high, waited on it, caught it, and took it in for the touchdown.
Lewis will try the extra point. As Thomas gets set to receive the snap. It's a high one, but he gets it down, and Lewis able to poke it through, and it's 47-7 with about 6.5 to go here in the fourth quarter.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker, and fourth-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, Christian FM supporter Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856, and their site is McCallAgencyInc.com. Proudly serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
So a pick six by Frederick on Vero Beach, and it's now 47-7. And once we get this kickoff here, then it's going to be a running clock from here on out. And Vero Beach is going to improve to 6-0, 1-0 in the district play. While we've got a few moments here, I'd really like to thank our crew here tonight for all that they've done, starting with our video crew over there, Jay Kendall, along with Keegan Ingram, Kenneth Loans, Ian Salvatore. Those guys do a great job bringing it to us on our YouTube channel. And then, of course, Jacqueline Tipton on the radio side back there at the home studio. Don Dexter helping us here with stats. Derek West with stats. Ronnie and Matt down on the sidelines as we get the kickoff underway. Muffed, but he'll land on top of it right around about the 25-yard line. And, of course, we got Kevin Boslaw keeping us straight back there. And, of course, I can't ever forget my main man here, GP, who is he's a busy guy. For a retired guy, he's one of the busiest retired guys I think I know.
They say work is, when you're having fun, it's not work. And I'm absolutely having fun and enjoying broadcasting with UCF and Vero Beach High School. It's a lot of fun, especially to be around guys like you. And Paul, you've done a great job of taking us to the next level, and that's TV. You've done a really good job.
First down and 10. Thank you, by the way. Handoff. Riviera Allen pick up a couple of yards, maybe 3 on the play.
And that is Rivers, my man Rivers, making that. Got him an interception for a touchdown earlier in this year.
Coming up with 5 minutes remaining. Second down. Going to send trips to the right side. Rodriguez fires, finds his receiver, splits 2 defenders, spins off of another one, and is finally tackled out of bounds by Messam. Be a first down.
Yeah, now that's what the young guys have got to learn here, Paul. You've got to learn how to take the right angles and wrap up when you get your hands around. You don't have enough experience to knock them down or strength to knock them down, but you've got to wrap them up and hang on and carry them, make him carry you.
First down and 10. Rodriguez finds his receiver underneath, shakes a couple tackles, and is stopped shy of midfield. As we work our way now inside 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. It's a 47-7 lead Vero Beach.
And they're just doing a lot of these little inside screen routes now to try to let their athleticism take over. They know they're into their second and third, and they're going to try to get the good matchups here to go one-on-one.
On 2nd and 5, Rodriguez. He's going to fire, finds his receiver. Oh, he had him, and he dropped it.
Wow,
that is Clayton, who's had a good night.
Yeah, he's a good year. And I mean, he had that one in his hands. You couldn't ask a better throw than what Rodriguez did on that one. And he knows he needs to go to the quarterback and say later, man, he says, hey, I apologize to you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He's caught 6 of them for 34 yards. He'd love to have that one. Another chance at that one for sure. On 3rd and 5. And he's going to give him another chance. Screen underneath. Clayton's going to turn it upfield, and he'll get a first down.
Yeah, that's that little screen pass to the inside, and Clayton makes a nice catch. And again, you got a lot of young bodies. They don't understand the angles and how to get to it quick enough. And then that's what you learn for out here. You're learning.
We're inside 3 minutes, about almost 2.5 minutes to go. First down and 10. Pressure coming. Rodriguez is going to let it fly. Hits his receiver again underneath. Turning it upfield, and he'll have close to a first down there.
Yeah, they're going to let it fly now. Let it rip. You got nothing to lose. They're doing all their little screen passes and that time. And I'll tell you what, the receiver did a nice job of catching that and running that. That was Blackwood.
Coming up, 2 minutes remaining. 2nd and 1. At the Vero 30. Handoff. Riviera Allen's going to get a Cobra first down. As we're inside 2 minutes to go. Score is 47-7, Vero Beach. Rodriguez going to roll right, finds another receiver screen off the right side, turns it upfield, and gets it inside the 20-yard line.
That's, again, just another screen. Good job by the lineman blocking downfield. And I tell you what, one of our linemen has had a great game to me is Dalton Jordan.
Yeah.
He has played one heck of a job out there leading those screens and all.
So timeout's been taken. That's going to stop the clock, I think, right around a minute or maybe just inside a minute here before we get this game completed here. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule for Vero Beach. Of course, we've got Wellington on Friday. And then, oh my goodness, road games. We're going on the road. That's almost a foreign concept. I mean, we got a little bit of an appetizer about 10 days ago when we went to Sebastian to play on the neutral field there against Miami Palmetto. But we've got district play coming your way, folks. We got Centennial on October 14th. We have Martin County on October 21st.
Two tough games before we play Treasure Coast.
And
Two
then we'll come back home
games
for the 28th on October to play Treasure Coast. And we actually, for the first time in quite some time, we have our open date. Our bye week will be at the end of the season. So before we get to the playoffs, we'll have an open date, which is not a bad idea. Get yourself kind of healthy and rested and ready for the start of the playoffs.
I don't know how much time we got left.
Minute 19, I believe, is what Ronnie just said.
Yeah. Minute 19.
Handoff. Pick up about 2 or 3 on the play. We'll work our way towards a minute remaining in this ball game. In case you're wondering, folks, tonight we did not have our scoreboard or game clock tonight. It took some damage through the power outages. They're hoping to get that repaired and have it back ready for us on Friday nights. Handoff, nothing going on that one. And it's got to start putting us to where we'll only have to maybe run the ball 1 or 2 more times, and this game will be over with.
That's what I was thinking. That they stopped them there. Brings up 4th down and 2 yards to go.
See if the Vero Beach defense can hold Going with another screen, and I think he just lunged enough for a first down.
Well, it doesn't matter because the clock should be down now.
I have it somewhere around about 30 seconds. We'll see. Oh, now there's going to be a timeout taken by Fort Pierce Central.
Hey, listen, Mike Watkins is trying to build character with these guys out here, just as Lenny is in Bill Mata. Bill Mata, we've been told 12 seconds now from the sideline. So this will be most likely the last play. You got one play here. You get it in the end zone, or this game is over with. Whether it's incomplete or not.
So you and I, we'll have to get together this week and do a podcast inside the press box. We'll have some interesting things to talk about. Talk about EJ's, kickoff return. We had a pick 6 by Frederick. And Vondravius Jacobs with a 4-touchdown night. I mean,
I would say tomorrow, but you're busy. You're one of the hosts of the.
I might be able to schedule some time in there somewhere.
Yeah.
If I'm not taking care of
but Carathon.
Your underwriting clients for you, but pressure coming. Rodriguez going to go on a sack, and that is a fitting in as that defense puts an exclamation point on the night. That should do it. Unless they called a timeout that I'm not aware of.
There is no timeout. But he got time. They called it. That's the game.
Vero Beach improves to 6-0 with a win over Fort Pierce Central. They're 1-0 in the district play. Final score, 47-7. The Roy Bell Grading Services postgame show is coming up next. This is Fighting Indians football.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show. Roy Bell Grading Services is locally owned and operated, providing services to this area for over 37 years. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians postgame show presented by Roy Bell Grading Services.
Caught us.
Well, it's Monday night, and we're not used to Monday night football, but Vero Beach improves to 6-0 with the win tonight over Fort Pierce Central, 47-7. Paul Tipton along with Gary Paris, and welcome to the Roy Bell Grading Services Pulse Game Show. It wasn't maybe the best performance by Vero Beach tonight, but they did manage to get 47 points, and they got it through all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams put in points tonight for Vero Beach. And, you can't really fault the defense on the points that were given up tonight because that was actually on special teams with the kickoff return. So, well, let's go down to the field. I believe Ronnie Self is standing by with one of our coaches tonight, so let's check in with Ronnie.
Got Coach DeLuke tonight. Coach, it wasn't the prettiest victory tonight, but anytime you can put up 47 points and win a district game, that's pretty satisfying.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, it definitely wasn't pretty tonight, but we just got it was a Monday night, and usually the kids aren't in this fashion right now. We're usually getting ready for the next game, but we'll work this out and get this ready for next Friday.
Defense played another stellar game tonight. Defensively, special teams played a good game except for the one kickoff return that we gave up. But overall, a great game defensively again by Vero.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, they are doing a great job this season, especially helping us out offensively. Defensively, they're just so they're all over the field and making great plays.
They are, and anytime you've got a weapon like number one, Dre Jacobs, every time he gets the ball, it's just electric.
You never know what's going to happen when that ball gets in his hands. He is just a tremendously talented, and I'm just glad he's on our team.
Me too. Everybody in the stands probably agree with you on that, Pete. But Vero Beach it's been a rough time for Vero for the last 2 or 3 weeks. We had a mud fest here that we only played half a game. Then we had to not play here because of the field conditions and travel up to Sebastian and play. And then we had a hurricane come through, so it kind of messed up our timing, I think, a little bit tonight. And the kids just didn't play that good, clean game.
Well, we didn't. And, anytime you have situations like this that kind of throws off your schedule and, you're always going to have to, try to get back on the track and everything like that. So, but don't mention the scoreboard not working tonight too. So that has a lot to do with everything. So, but anyways, getting on schedule, getting kids back on schedule this week, that's going to help us out a lot. And I think we'll do a lot better against.
Right. You do have a little bit of a short week. We got to be back here again Friday, so it'll be a little bit of a short week, but it's a little more what they'll be used to. Probably have a bigger crowd than we had tonight, but and the scoreboard's supposed to be working by Friday, so we were told, but we'll see.
I hope it is. I'm sure they'll get it done.
I think so. Good luck, Pete. Congratulations on tonight's victory.
Right, thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
All right, Ronnie Self with Pete DeLuke, one of our offensive line coaches, and talking about tonight's game. And, Gary, I want to look at it a different direction, with no scoreboard tonight. I mean, it keeps you from scoreboard watching. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
you're always telling the kids, don't watch the scoreboard.
Well,
turn it off. You don't have to worry about it.
As a coach and as a player, I always kind of like to look at the scoreboard to see how much time's left in a game, or just it's there.
Yeah.
The jumbotron in high school, colleges, where you can see the play and all like that. That's a big deal. But I'll tell you what, here tonight, Indians had to overcome, and Pete said it really well there. He said we took them out of their normal rhythm and their normal, in their timing as students. They had to adjust. They had to miss a game on Friday, so they had to play the game Monday. So you have that like a 10-day gap there when you get, and again, the wind, the hurricane, the out of school, the festivities that are trying to do for this week on the homecoming, all those things will play factor into a coach's planning. And we'll see how well they adjust, and I think they'll do a pretty good job getting ready for Wellington.
Yeah, let's go back down to the field right now while we have a moment here. Matt Paris is standing by with our Scott Sporting Goods players of the game. Matt?
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, we'll start off with the offensive side, guys. And I'm down here with Brock Thomas, senior wide receiver. He does a little bit of everything on the field. But Brock, excellent touchdown tonight. Congratulations on the first district win. Run us through that touchdown. It was pretty special.
Yes, sir. I was playing the up back position, right behind the guard and the tackle on the left side. And I kind of sneak to the right side, just pop out, and there goes Tyler. Good O-line blocking, and everything happened how I was supposed to.
A little juke at the end, too. A little shake and bake.
Yes, sir.
Brock, you play multiple positions. I mean, it's one of the things about Lenny's offense. It's such a neat offense because the ball gets spread out. What do you like most about it?
Yes, sir. I like being like I can be put in the game wherever they need me, really. So I could be in the up back position. I could be wide out. I could be a slot. So that's what I like about his offense.
It is a great offense, especially if you like X's and O's. Brock had a little bit of a sluggish start of the offense. As a senior, what do you say to your guys on the sidelines?
Yes, sir. We went into half. We wanted better performance, obviously. We did pretty good, scored a bunch, but we knew we could do better than that. So we kind of just told everyone, calm down, focus, and be us.
You certainly do. You got a short week now, getting ready for Wellington, and I'm sure you'll have those guys ready.
Yes, sir. We'll be there.
All right, congratulations for being our Scott Sporting Goods Offensive Player of the Game.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm also down here with our Defensive Player of the Game, number 32, junior Derek Williams. Derek, talk to me about that pump block.
I came off the middle. They switched me to the middle to go inside because they spread punt. Well, I can't hear that. And then the track speed I have, I just got off the edge and went and blocked it.
And you recovered it. Pretty doggone special. Derek, there's something about this defense this year. What is going on that, you almost had a shutout tonight if it went for special teams. What's so special about this defense this year?
Our discipline with our coaches and discipline in the weight room.
I certainly see that. Now, obviously, with the different guys, and you got guys in that defensive line doing your thing, it really helps you guys out because they're putting pressure on the quarterback.
Yes, sir. And just bring a lot of discipline from D-line to safety.
You certainly do. Talk to me about some special team play. Obviously, they ran a kickoff back, and then what coach do after that?
Then he put in the first kickoff team so we could have show the second team that's a lot more discipline.
Now, was that him or you guys begging to get back in?
Oh, we was begging to get back in. We had to get revenge.
There's no doubt. Well, congratulations for being our Scott Sporting Goods Defensive Player of the Game.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. You had Derek Williams. You had Brock Thomas, our Scott Sporting Goods Players of the Game. We'll step aside. We'll come back and put a bow on this one and get set for next Friday or this coming Friday with Wellington. It's the Roy Bell post-game show here on your Christian FM.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show. Roy Bell Grading Services is locally owned and operated, providing services to this area for over 37 years. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559.
Air Docs of the Treasure Coast, cooling specialists, are Fighting Indians football supporters. They know how important it is to have a cooling system that can stand up to our Florida heat. Air Docs offers a full range of cooling and heating services, including repairs, tune-ups, and systems maintenance. Online at airdocsac.com and Facebook.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians postgame show, presented by Roy Bell Grading Services.
Back here and put the final touches on tonight's win. Monday Night Football completes now week 6. It took us a while to get here, Gary, but we finally got it in. 47-7 the final score, and Vero Beach now 6-0 overall. 1-0 in the district, and they did. Obviously, you want to do the most important thing, which is win the game, but especially a district game means a little bit more just because of where it not only gets you into the playoffs, but it could potentially put you in the right seating.
Yeah, what does it say to you, to your team, and to you that you won 47-7, but you didn't play a good game?
Yeah.
You made a lot of mistakes out there, or you just didn't capitalize on opportunities, and a lot of missed blocks. I thought the offensive line probably had one of its worst games, and here I was thinking they were going to have one of their best games.
Yeah.
And too many sacks were given up, too many penalties. Again, those things happen, but you still won 47-7. Right. I mean, that's you have to look at that and say, wow, that's pretty good. But you can't be happy with the performance. And that, Coach Jay, like I do, he'll look at this, and when we talk to him tomorrow night at the at Caps for his coach's corner, it's going to be interesting to see what he has to say.
Yep.
And a lot of things again that worked against you. The 10 days, you had the hurricanes, you had days out of school. You had days you couldn't practice. Today's you practice days you got to practice on the weekend. Some guys were not feeling well. Some guys, there's a little bug going around, and they're, people are, the guys are just out of sync, and it's good to get them back into sync. I think they'll play so much better against Wellington.
My personal take on this, Gary, is I think there's just a kind of little bit of an emotional hangover from the Miami Palmetto game.
That's a good analogy. You're right. You're right. That's good, Paul.
I mean, that was a very intense game. The guys really got worked up for that game. It came down to the very end of that game. and then all of a sudden now you're in a holding pattern for 10 days.
Yeah, you're
you
right.
know?
No way of going out and really showing how good you are.
Right.
Until you get a
right.
chance like tonight, and then
Right.
and tonight's a Monday night. It's not Friday night.
Right.
It's not it's you're right.
Yeah, and it's
You're right.
I mean, you're not worked up for a big crowd and the band and everything. Even though those things were there, they really weren't there.
They
it
weren't
wasn't
there.
the same atmosphere.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't for us either.
No, it really wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, I actually, Jay Kendall, our video director, I texted him before the start of the game. I said, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. I just feel a little off." I said it's going to make for a really interesting broadcast. So, I mean,
No, you did a great
well,
job.
I'm not saying that for a pat on the back. I'm just
Yeah.
saying to the point of like. Yeah, we're all feeling a little out of sync just because this is not normal for us.
Absolutely.
So, and here we are. I mean, we're adults and, supposed to be for all that. We're asking these kids to, pony up and, fly right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's take a look at those final numbers for Fort Pierce Central, and this is brought to you by Durfee's Heating and Cooling. The final numbers for total offense for tonight for Fort Pierce Central is 177 yards. That's 50 through the air, 50 through on the ground, 127 through the air. Of course, Vero Beach tonight, it was a domination. Even though we're talking about how poorly maybe they didn't play or they played. But this is what's fascinating to me. I mean, first of all, we're talking about 297 total yards of offense, 6 on the ground, but a lot of that got subtracted because of the sacks. But 291 through the air, a 5-touchdown night for Tyler Aronson. 4 of those went to Vondravius Jacobs, who had 7 catches for 190 yards, 4 touchdowns, and of course Brock Thomas had the other touchdown tonight. We had a score on special teams with a kickoff, 85-yard return by Ephraim White. We had a pick 6 tonight by Frederick. So, I mean, everybody got involved. I'm looking at, Derek just handed me some of the defensive stats tonight. Fumble recovery. You had Jashawn Hendricks. You had Kamani Messam, 2 fumble recoveries there. Punt block, Derek Williams, who was our player of the game tonight. Interception was Frederick. And then, of course, you had leading tackler tonight. Keyshawn Campbell had 6 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, and a sack. So, I mean, it's almost comical for us to sit here and talk about how poorly the Indians played. But really, the execution and a lot of the plays were not there, particularly on offense.
Well, you're right. And the thing about it is that you win a game and you didn't look your sharp and you won it big. But you know that down the road, you're going to play opponents you can't afford to play like this against.
Correct.
So those are the things you want to clean up, and it gives the coaches something to coach about for the next few days.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because really, you've got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday now for these guys to get ready for Wellington. And, Wellington, again, does not have the flashy record, but it is a team that will be ready to play because they're coming in to play Vero Beach, and now they know they're coming to play Vero on their homecoming. Do you not think they're going to be fired up? Of course they will. They want to win.
Don't make me your homecoming team to play against. We always looked out there and found out what games were homecoming when, we're the homecoming.
Yeah.
We're the guys.
Right. That's almost a sign of disrespect, folks. So,
Yes.
Don't be surprised if Wellington doesn't come in here a little fired up. That game will start on Friday night, normal time, 7 o'clock, at least we hope. We don't anticipate any bad weather here, but this is Florida. It can change on a dime here. So 7 o'clock is normal kickoff time. 6 p.m. is when our coverage will begin with our Countdown to Kickoff show. Our executive producer of Christian FM Sports and Vero Nation Network is John Hamilton. Our director and field engineer is Kevin Boslaw. Our studio engineer tonight was Jacqueline Tipton. Our video director, Jay Kendall, along with Keegan Ingram. Cameras tonight, Kenneth Loans, Ian Salvatore, Stats, Don Dexter, and Derek West. Interviews, Bobby Paris. Sideline tonight, Ronnie Self, Matt Paris, and my analyst here, Gary Paris. I'm Paul Tipton saying good night from the Citrus Bowl. We will see you Friday night. Go Indians.